Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Dan, when does Jay's new place open up down here?
He's got a couple things. You can ask him when he comes in. I don't keep track of that.
The place right by first.
Dan, you're not a partner in that business?
Remember, he forgot to get the call.
I know. Ass clowns running that. So I'm not. I am staying out of it. I don't want to talk about it.
Easy.
They can go eat their walleye in the corner with their ketchup thimbles.
The reason why, man, it's
off.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge
Broadcast
Show.
rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of your listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Man, Dan, you're kind of been real stiff and douchey lately.
About what?
I don't know, just about everything. From that previously on, taking a shiz on Jay's new restaurant efforts, and then rolling in here today, and when I mentioned this one thing, you're like, yeah, that's for, you're just rolling with some extra swag lately. What's your problem? Like, has other family members noticed that you've been a little bit on the dickish side of things? I'm just an observation from a friend.
No, man, I've been good. I haven't been dickish. I've been in a good mood.
You've been.
I'm trying to, fight the monsters. But I got monsters every day coming at me. Like yesterday, Danny got hurt.
Okay, well, that's just life.
I know.
What you're calling monsters is monsters, nonetheless.
Right.
Is life, my friend.
Yeah, but we had more than just that. We had a lot of negative stuff happen in the last couple months. So I'm just trying to.
I know we have, but I mean, God, everything.
Get some sage and
everything sucks. I'm like, hey Dan, what do you think about pickleball? And you're like, it's for douchebags and ass raping and He's like, I put pickleball in the same category as rollerblading and having ass sex. I'm like, wow.
I didn't think that was going to be aired.
And then Lummy comes on and goes, pickleball is very popular right now. And it is. It's super popular, and they're super hot.
It's kind of a retired thing.
Is that why Matt Heller's playing it? And
he's retired. He's been retired for 10 years.
Is that why, man? There's some hot people. I mean, it's really not for old people. It started out for old people. And now young people are kind of taking it over.
Yes. Huh.
And it really is pretty cool.
It's tennis without the effort.
I played pickleball back in 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were a visionary.
And I did. When Nikki's dad, who was in his 70s, used to come and visit us, he was, like to stay active. He golfed, and
he played pickleball.
And
right?
well, he found out what pickleball was. He went down to the rec league, the St. Pete Beach Rec League or something like that, where all the old people hang out, and saw these people playing inside of a gymnasium pickleball, and he was like, I was very intrigued, so I went to the cashier or something and rented a pickleball paddle for $1, something like that. Mm-hmm. So because you need a paddle to play.
Right.
And this is 2016.
Did he put his shuffleboard poker as a deposit?
No, he didn't. And he played, and he's like, oh my God, I like it because it's it's low impact, but yet good enough to get a little bit of a cardio and get a little bit of a workout in. Okay. And then he asked me to go, and I was like, okay, And so then I went, and I played as his partner, because you can play singles or doubles. And I played as his partner. Well, of course, I'm not that good, because it was the first time I played it. But I picked up on it pretty good. After the third or fourth night, I was his buddy and his partner.
Now, what's the advantage over tennis?
Smaller courts, so there's less running.
Yeah. So
it's like a hybrid between ping pong and
it's a hybrid.
Tennis.
It's a hybrid between badminton, ping pong, and tennis.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it really it's very. I mean, it's low impact, but it's super cool. And you can clown it that it's for old people, but it is. I mean, I think it is one. Isn't it the fastest growing?
Yes, the
Here,
last 5 years.
I'll ask.
It's the what?
It surpassed
Last 5 years.
cornhole.
For 5 years ago, yeah, it started as the fastest growing sport in America.
Alexa, what's the fastest growing sport in America?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, lacrosse is the fastest growing sport in the United States in 2019.
According to who is pickleball the fastest growing sport? Lummy.
I've seen it. I've seen
Is
it on
it playpickleball.com? Yes. Say it.
You know what? It doesn't matter, does it?
Oh, okay. So you're saying playpickleball.com is the one that claims that pickleball is the fastest growing sport 5 years ago.
And I've heard other hosts, and there's a lot of people talking about pickleball right now. But let me tell you something. I'm not like late to the party. I'm early to the party. Yep. I played pickleball in 2016 and played it for about a year with Nikki's dad. No, about a half a year. And
fine. I played it one time.
And I liked it. Did you play it one time?
No.
Well, you have more than enough room for a court here where the basketball court is.
Here's the deal.
Know?
Here's the deal. I'm going to go to the landlords. I'm going to go because I'm not, first of all, I want you to get a hold of Go Shuck Yourself.
Okay.
Okay, because that's what he does, right?
Yes.
We pay, we seal.
We pay, we seal.
Okay.
Well, I think, yes, I stepped it off yesterday. I think a pickleball court's 44 by 20. When we got plenty of room in the very front part of the parking lot. Mm-hmm. But I don't have the money. I don't have the money to pay for it. And if I can get the landlords to because we couldn't play on that current surface because you'd admit that surface is, it's.
We did a couple spots.
Yeah, it needs to be redone.
Yeah,
it needs to be redone professionally. And if I could get the landlords to pay for it, which they might because they paid for. I'm a great tenant, and I keep most of the upkeep around here, the air conditioning and the roof. I've done a lot of leasehold improvements nonetheless, and I don't own this building. I'm just a tenant, but I'm a great tenant, and they appreciate how long I've been here. And I think I just renewed. I think I got 2 more years left on my lease, and maybe I'm going to use that as a negotiation. Be like, hey, I'll sign another 5-year lease if you guys redo the front parking lot. Very smooth and beautiful asphalt, not just a little patch job, Willie. Then
I'll re-sign if you guys install a pickleball court.
No, I'm not telling him.
No, but Red will do that later.
No. And listen, a pickleball net's only $109, and a striping kit's only $100. So we'd have $209.
Damn, that's cheap.
Yeah, so we'd have like $215 in it, and we can get Dan to pay for that, please. Or I won't let him be on the air.
Okay,
and,
I think the 888
the 888 Diaco's pickleball court.
It could be the Diaco, the Diaco pickleball court. And between all the Diacos, they could scratch up at least $300 for me, no problem.
Well, Jay just texted me and said he wasn't a part of it. It's a liability. So,
and so then we have a pickleball court out front, and can you imagine? We could have teams,
just like basketball.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, basketball isn't nearly as fun as pickleball.
Well,
right.
It's different, too.
Right.
Basketball's not the fastest growing sport in the U.S.
No,
that is
might
very
be,
true.
Basketball might be one of the fastest declining sports
I'm
in
on
America.
playpickleball.com, and it doesn't say anything about basketball.
I sent Bubba an article, and there's Forbes.com that says pickleball is the fastest growing sport.
Paddle versus pickleball. Can the world's fastest growing sport overtake tennis? See, they're even talking about that.
It's Bill Gates' favorite game.
No, okay, now hold on. Blitz, I don't know that you can. I don't think. Hold on.
Yeah, I know it's a YouTube video.
So I can play it. Could I play it with no sound potentially?
Yeah.
Okay, and then here, let me see. How do I make this bigger? Let me go
click
like
on.
That. All right, here.
There you go.
Let me take. So
there's walls.
No. This particular
like a cage.
This particular one is not a good example.
Yeah, we need a cage.
No, we don't need a cage.
Fight.
Most of them are out. All of them are out. None of them have cages on them. I don't know why Lummy sent this one to me.
Lummy, why'd you send that one with a cage?
Sorry, this is pickleball right here. Now me and
looks tiring.
Oh, that's part of the World Paddle Tour.
Oh.
Yeah, this is paddle ball.
Came back.
Lummy, you're an idiot.
I didn't send that to you.
Lummy, you did too. Send this to me.
I just sent the article.
All right,
that had the video.
Send me, Lummy, like the world finals of couples or female
doubles.
Yeah,
the
PPA,
the pickleball tour.
But
I don't know how that equals PPA.
Send me the unisex. They have they have like man and women teams.
Co-ed?
Couples. Yeah, they have co-ed. And I was watching, I got into a little bit of a pickleball vortex yesterday.
Here, this is.
And some of these chicks are hot as absolute hell, and they don't look 50 to me.
Well, let's see that.
I don't know if these are hot chicks, but this is yesterday's Carvana, Arizona Grand Slam presented by Hyundai, men and women's doubles.
Yeah.
Pickleball.
So you're going to try to tell me that this doesn't seem like it's a pretty big sport. Hold on, stand by.
I mean, there's at least 7 people in the audience.
Hold on here. Here it is. Now,
I'm with Dan. It looks fun to play, but I'm with Dan.
what do you mean you with Dan? That you'd rather be? That you'd rather be?
Hey, she's hot. She might be there.
Be on rollerblades and get ass effed.
Well, yeah, why not?
Okay, well then you can't play on my pickleball court if I get one.
The county is
look
putting
pretty
a bunch of
athletic.
new pickleball courts in the county.
So
They
you're
said
not
it's-
allowed to hit in the first 2 or 3 feet? Is that what the grade's for? It's
No,
got to go that far?
here's the deal, Danny. Here's the deal.
Yeah, what are the rules?
All right,
please.
I'm gonna show you.
Break it
Okay.
down.
All right, so you serve from back here, right? Well, your serve has to go in this. It has to go in this. This is called the gray area is called the kitchen. Okay,
Oh,
that's called the kitchen.
kitchen's closed.
So on the serve, your serve has to be opposite of where
Yep.
you're going and outside of the kitchen. So
Okay.
it has to be in there, and it has to bounce on the serve. Your ball has to bounce one time. After that, the ball can bounce before you hit it, but you can also hit it on the fly.
Okay.
So the only time the ball has to bounce one time is on the serve outside of the kitchen. After that, it's let it rip.
Okay.
And so it's just like tennis at that point where, you can let the ball bounce once or you can hit it on the fly. Now it can't bounce twice.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so that's basically the only rule. Here, let me go.
Does the ball feel like a tennis ball?
No, it's like it's kind of like
It's like a
an
pickleball.
oversized heavy wiffle ball.
Huh.
Kind of.
There's holes in it.
Yeah. Here we go. Look at and again, it's not it's not
Ooh.
It goes pretty slow because you're so close. Like if it was like a tennis ball, you'd kill people.
Yeah. Now, those chicks right there, really?
Pretty athletic.
I like
yeah.
those skirts.
Yeah. Now watch. So she'll serve it back here after the kitchen. So you serve it, boom. Now after that, it's anything.
So
Bam.
you can just run up to the net and slam it
Yeah.
and do
They
whatever.
really. Look, they really start hauling ass on some of this stuff. Bam. When you guys start because everybody takes a shiz on everything that I come up with, you guys will like it.
I'm with you, Bubba.
I
I've
know.
heard it's a lot of
Bubba,
fun.
I'll be on your
so
I'll be on your team.
I've heard it's a lot of fun.
Well,
I'll be
I
on
don't know.
Blitz's
I don't
team.
know if I want. No. See, that's not no.
Who would you want as your teammate if you had to pick only one person on the show?
Dan.
Okay, I'll be your teammate.
Why were you picking Blitz over me,
'Cause
Gridge?
you already got sucked
You
up
had
by
Lummy.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't approve
What the
of
hell?
Lummy.
I think I'd be pretty good.
I think I just got thrown to the wolves. I mean, it was gonna be me and Rhett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you and
Strong.
Rhett, me and Dan, and Anna and Blitz, or Anna or Jay and Blitz,
What the hell?
and then maybe yeah,
Jay probably has played this before.
yeah.
I'm sure.
I could see that.
Who am I going to be with?
See, there you are. Revert back to my. Let me. What did I open up? What did I open up today's show with?
Dr. Name's kind of being a
Just-
dick.
You know,
Super
ever since he took delivery of the Escalade V, now he thinks he just do anything he
Yeah,
wants.
it's because Jay has 2 restaurants and you don't have any.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, seriously. Now see now, it's
Looks like they're in the kitchen.
there are they.
Yeah, that's where they need to be.
Well,
Exactly.
Handcuffed. Right now they're just kind of volleying back and forth until one can get a real good.
What are they cooking?
Oh, but after the serve, you
Who
can
cares?
bounce in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
after the serve, the kitchen's closed only during the serve.
Oh, okay.
So here, watch this chick. She's gonna do it, and then she just hits it there. Boom. Now they're after it. Now you
it's,
can
eat.
Now,
Eat.
yeah. Now, tactically, you both guys want to try to go to the net.
Oh, you both rushing that?
Kinda, yeah. Or you can stagger a little bit, kind of like that.
Hmm.
So anyway, I'm gonna try to put a pickleball court in the front part of the BRN only if the landlords will pay. So let me. I need to go shuck, kind of get an estimate.
Okay.
Of
send him a message.
of making the front asphalt smooth and cool enough to be a pickleball court, because after you got good asphalt, good level, asphalt, it just all you do is to have to paint it. the stripes on it.
So the stripe kit is paint, or is it like tape?
No, it can be either. It can be either. But if you roll it out with this
Kit,
it's a little bit. Oh, look at the Gator Nationals. Drag racing is back. Gator Nationals, March 9th through the 12th. By the way, Thursday we'll have Alexis. Was it DeJoria? DeJoria. Alexis DeJoria, who I think drives the Patron Nitro. Funny? No, not funny. Does she drive a funny car? Or does she drive a dragster?
I thought it was a dragster. But
yeah,
I think
it's a Nitro dragster.
Do you know? Going back on your pickleball thing,
We're gonna go. We're gonna have a Zoom interview with Alexis on Thursday at about 9:15. What about my
that
pickleball?
picture's a funny car.
you know who bought a major league pickleball team? Tom Brady.
What?
Yeah, he's invested in pickleball because it's one of the fastest growing sports.
There you go.
So Tom Brady's in it.
There you go. Yeah, Dan, you gonna call him douchey with a roller blade and an ass effing kicker?
he probably bought it with his FTX winnings.
I can tell.
He wanted a tennis court, but after that, he could only afford pickleball.
And again, I don't want anybody to think I got enough money to roll out asphalt. This is only if I can get the landlords to listen. It's Dan. It wouldn't be unreasonable for me to ask my landlord to resurface the parking lot,
flatten it out, and make it smooth.
No, because the parking lot's bad.
Yeah.
At least where you park and everything. The front part of the parking lot's bad. It needs redone. So
I think we can get something done there, and I'd be happy to sponsor the court, the pickleball court.
Thank you, Danny. I just figured out why you're a little bit douchey, stiff, if you will, because Steve's out of town.
Oh, that's nothing. That doesn't make me in a douchey mood.
Oh yeah, when Steve's out of town,
I'm free. I
I
walk
think
around
that's
naked.
the problem.
No, when Steve's out of town, you're kind of not in check. Steve kind of keeps you in check a little bit, but
So I'm running a little looser.
yeah, you run a little loose when the wolf's out of town. You run a little looser.
Maybe I still. I'm not in a bad mood at all, though. I'm not angry.
How's the Ozempic doing? How's the Bubba Army responding to the Zemp?
It's going really well. Everyone's signing up. We're signing up more and more people every day, and everyone's been having a good experience so far. So,
It's today that you up your dose, Bubba?
effects. Yes.
Yeah, I was supposed to get my new dose
He's going to get it.
today at 1, which I'll go over there and get it.
We'll get it.
I'm up. I go to the 0.5 now. I think from the
Quarter.
0.25. What was it? 2 weeks at 0.25? No, it was a month.
It was a month. So it's before. Yeah.
Month at 0.25.
What do
now,
you max out at, 2?
I think it maxes out at 2.
2 or 2.5 depends.
And Dan, will I notice like a difference from, will it be a little bit? Because I do get a little hungry. I don't get as hungry, but I still get a little hungry.
I think it
I
eliminates
think
hunger.
the
Body
goal-
mass has to do a little something with it, doesn't it?
Definitely. And the reason you start off slowly is so to minimize the side effects. So the good thing is you haven't had a lot of side effects.
No. Well, maybe a little diarrhea, but
Then after upping it to a half a milligram, your side effect profile will stay pretty similar, and you'll continue to get the.
But I get
efficacy
double the medicine.
right,
Yeah.
and you'll still
That's
be
what I'm looking
tolerating
for.
it better. Because if I started you on half or 1, you'd have diarrhea, you have stomach aches, it would suck.
The only thing I've really gotten is a little bit of diarrhea. That's it. I haven't been nauseous.
Welcome to my life.
Do you have diarrhea right now?
I did
Yeah,
yesterday.
we never talk about your health at the end of the day. I know that you.
My colon health.
Well, we never. I know that you're all about showing your abs and what's the purchase price of that shirt today? Is that a $250?
That's a $250 shirt. Yeah.
Right. Same watch, different watch today.
Same watch today.
Same watch
AP,
today.
Yeah.
Same Hugo Boss slacks.
Different pair, but similar.
Similar.
Yes.
So
And-
you're rolling around about the same as you were yesterday.
No, I got the Gucci's on, which are more like $900 for a pair.
Oh, the Gucci shoes.
Instead of 250.
Yeah.
Now, like, do you
Jobber
find
250 shoes.
like I find myself wearing I got like 2 pair of tennis shoes I like. That's it. Then I got a pair of boots I wear at the track. Then I got a pair of Georgia boots, like if I have to wear like some jeans or something. Then that's about it. That's about all I got
for shoes?
Yeah, I don't need anything else. Back in the day, I used to think I used to have all these kind of shoes and stuff. Well, I got about 2 pair of tennis shoes,
Orthopedic slides.
or some slides. I'm probably all in with 6 pair of shoes, all in.
That's good.
But you, on the other hand, what do you think you have shoe wise? And don't lie.
About 35, 40 pairs.
This is including tennis shoes?
Yeah.
That you wear?
That I wear. Yeah. I'm like Jay-Z.
Sneakerhead.
Do you like? Do you like? Now, what's your most expensive pair of dress shoes?
Gucci's.
The ones,
a couple pairs.
The ones you have on now.
I have another pair.
Those are $900 shoes.
They're like $850.
Really? What's a
Yeah.
$900 shoe look like? Can you show me?
I mean, it's just.
Anna, you're closest to it.
Is it an alligator, or is it just regular leather?
Gucci shoe, just black Gucci shoe.
Does it got the logo on it?
It's got it on the back. It says Gucci on the back. I just put up to the camera. Did you see
hold
it?
on. Yeah. But
What color?
Hold on.
In gold.
It says Gucci in gold on the heel of the shoe. Dan, can you show it a little bit longer on camera, please? But I mean, boy, nobody's going to really, mistake what type of shoes you have on when you're walking away now, are you?
No. Nope.
I mean, that's kind of like,
just like having big calves.
If you didn't know that I was a pimp before I entered in a dress, after I'm leaving, as you see me walk out, you'll see the Gucci words Gucci on the heels of my shoes. Man, Dan. Now, do all Gucci's say that?
No.
Or are those specifically heel logoed Gucci's?
These are specific ones I just saw one time, found them. They were,
Are they now? How many pair of Gucci's do you have?
I have, I think just two.
Just two. Now, does the other pair have the Gucci on the heel?
Nope, but it's got that like red and green band around where your foot goes in. The foothole.
That screams Gucci?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's different ways of screaming Gucci.
Now,
you can use a little B.
What shoes did you wear yesterday?
I wore those brown suede driving shoes, the Oliver Cabals.
Oliver Cabals.
Yeah, it's a brand I found online, and
me either.
I'm not that great of a brand. It's not that great of a brand.
Expensive?
Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
$300, $250.
Oh, but I mean, a third of what a Gucci would cost.
I know,
right.
jobber shoes.
And now, will tomorrow be Wednesday? Will you wear? Well,
I'll wear probably.
Now, do you dress
Nike
up?
high tops.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you go right from the house, when you have surgery day,
yes,
you go right from the house to the surgery center, right?
Correct.
So you probably just don't wear, jeans and a
shirt.
nothing, right?
Yeah, jeans and a sneakers.
Well, not
and a
nude,
shirt.
but.
Or a
nothing
a
even
nice
but nothing dress up at all.
No, God no. I see people roll up to the surgery center wearing shorts and flip flops.
Now, do you drive your Ferrari to the surgery center?
Sometimes I drive the Porsche. Depends. It's polleny today.
Depends on the weather, yeah.
Right now, I mean, it's beautiful weather, but like yesterday, my car was like yellow by the time I got home.
Really?
From all the pollen.
Did you have to call the detailer?
No, I'll deal with it later. I just drove really fast and blew most of it off. But
don't be going by that Karen.
No, I didn't. But my balcony is almost done, Lummy. So thank you.
Oh yeah.
Now what changes are happening to the carriage house balcony other than the railing? Is it just the railing? Are you completely
started off as a small project, and you know how they sometimes expand naturally.
You mean how they churn you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't think some construction guys aren't just like lawyers where they can just churn the hell out of you.
You pretty much got it all redone though.
I redid the whole thing, Bubba. First of all, remember when you walked out? It was a little wobbly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it might have been some of the things we were doing, but yeah. I think we were wobbly in general, Dan. We could have been on the most assured footing in the world, and I think we were wobbly, nonetheless.
Yeah, we're standing on limestone and wobbling.
Right.
But it was a little wobbly, and then obviously the railings were dilapidated.
Yeah.
So that balcony
God, I wish I would have fell off.
I know.
Why didn't you push me, Dan? Why didn't you push me?
Oh my God, I'd be a millionaire right now.
Pickleball courts
dead.
everywhere.
Paralyzed.
Yeah, Dan could have paralyzed me.
Yes, it could have, and you would be playing pickleball from a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Bubba hockey.
Bubba Reeve. Bubba Christopher Reeve.
Be hanging out with.
Remember he fell off a horse? He fell off a horse?
Yeah, Superman was paralyzed. He couldn't fly 6 feet.
So anyway, new railing, new flooring.
Yeah. So they were going to just do the railing, and then Lummy got out there and started shaking like a baby deer walking the first time. The whole balcony just started quivering like we were in an earthquake in Turkey. And,
oh no.
It was about to go down.
They're like, listen, these 4x4s that are supporting it. He went underneath the ground where it was wet, and he was literally scraping wood out with his fingernails. Like this is rotting.
Well, you mean so the base of the foundation of the back porch deal was rotting?
Yeah. So we had to replace those 4x4s, the footers, and all the vertical elements.
Let me. How do you replace the footers?
Oh, so they built like a wall underneath it to hold up everything, and then they just took out the 4x4s, replaced it with 4x6, and put a lot more concrete in there.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they did that, and then I'm up there and I'm looking at it, and Lummy's looking at me, and we said, we could probably have to do the flooring of it too because it looks stupid to have beautiful new railing, a great support. It doesn't move at all. It doesn't move a millimeter.
With like 1946 shingle.
Yes, exactly. And so I wanted new treated wood so it was nice and smooth and flat. And so they redid the deck, the railing, and all the support of it. They redid the whole thing.
What's the material of the deck now? Because before it was just like it was like sandpaper-ish, was it not? Was it like
it was just old
shingleless?
Wood.
It was wood? Okay.
It was wood. But it was wood that had, separated a little bit and buckled a little bit. So now it's brand new, flat, pressure-treated wood. It's all white except the deck is gray.
Too. It's deck boarding. So it's a pressure-treated deck board.
Any bar out there or lights or anything like that screened in?
There's we're not going to screen it in. Probably add a little bit light to it, and it's
maybe give it a little bit. It has no. When I almost got killed from this particular.
And you almost got killed, Bubba. You were a finger away from dying.
I know
because he just literally had a finger around another rail, just enough to spin him, so he didn't go over and just went to the side.
And you can see where that rail. And see, I would have had one hell of a lawsuit because I would have been like, you can see where this railing has been repaired shoddily before. This has happened before, and the Diacos here have not really fixed this the way it should be. And so this wasn't just by, yes, I am. Of course, the Diacos would say, well, he's fat, and he was, well beyond the limitations of the railing. And then I would have said, yes, you're right, probably, but look at this. Now, Dan, am I not right? That area had already been repaired, before. Shoddily, nonetheless, with like some type of makeshift tongue and groove type seam system. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it wasn't very safe. So, and I would have had notice. So you would have had a great lawsuit.
Oh, I would have.
Not now. You couldn't drive a truck off this thing.
But Danny, you gotta make that area feel a little bit more party-ish. Like you gotta put some tiki hut lights up there, or like right now it's just a roof with railing.
Right.
Like you gotta put maybe some chairs out there.
No, I'm definitely gonna put some furniture out there now.
Yeah,
because it'll support it.
You gotta put some furniture out there. Maybe a little patio set.
Yeah. Big garage next to it.
Oversee the building of the garage.
Hell yeah. I mean, but you got to put right now we just go out there and stand.
Yes, it sucks.
You got to put a little something out there and maybe string up a little bit of lights, make it feel kind of festive, if you will.
I will do that.
Maybe pump in some couple of outdoor speakers where you can pump in some music.
Put Alexa out there.
A big cantilevered umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice umbrella.
No,
Danny. Now, have you guys discussed further about building the garage?
Well, Big Red did the survey, and Jay has sent the survey to his engineer who's designing the structure. So, yes, we are moving along.
Really?
50 by 80.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Dang.
50 by 80. Now, is Steve involved in this or just you and Jay?
Steve is involved as the cheerleader.
What do you mean?
Go, go, go. You do it. Yes, great idea. I love it.
But when it comes to writing a check, is he writing a check for it?
No, he ain't writing nothing. He's just got the megaphone. I'm telling you, he's a cheerleader.
So he's
Go Bucks.
Now, how many bays is it going to have?
We can't decide if we want 3 double doors on the side or a giant door on each end and make it so that there's a center lane of drive-through and just kind of have you park 45 degrees, put about 6-7 cars on each side.
Or
because Jay's got this thing that he doesn't want to load a race car onto a trailer on the street. For some reason, he's so private that even though 16 next-door neighbors can look over the wall at what's going on back there, he thinks that doing it on the street would be less safe. So we have to get.
He's probably right, but you got to pour that much more concrete.
He's so wrong.
And make that much bigger of an area, right?
Yeah. Who the hell's watching me? And by the way, the guys behind us are Bubba Army, so they know what we're doing anyway.
All right. So he doesn't want to, when you're loading your race cars up, to have the trailer out kind of by the street where the neighbors could see you guys loading up some Ferraris.
Right.
But meanwhile they can look over the wall and see that you guys got a goddamn 60 by 80 Ferrari structure
Right.
Because I know you're going to paint it red and put the Ferrari emblem on it, you son of a
It's
bitch.
red, but it's not going to have a Ferrari emblem. It's going to match the house. It's gonna be like
Well, they're going to
burgundy.
see a lot of Ferraris coming in and out of
They're
it.
going to hear them and stuff like that. They're like, oh, it must be just a couple Priuses.
Right. I think they're Tesla enthusiasts.
Yeah, it sounds like
Right.
a Tesla garage.
Do you think there's a point, Dan, where you're gonna need to change your YouTube name?
Yeah, I hope. I've had that for 20 years.
What's your YouTube name?
It's douchey.
Two Ferrari Dan, right?
Two Ferrari Dan. That was a YouTube name from like 20 years ago, literally like from the early 2000s.
YouTube wasn't even around 20 years ago.
Oh, well, it's
It was.
an 18-year-old name then.
Right. Two Ferrari Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not very good for marketing, you know. We gotta get. I mean, Dr. Dan Diaco goes a long way, my friend.
Yes, I got to figure out how to get back on and change it.
Well, Blitz will do it for you. Just give him $50.
Yeah, a couple extra accounts.
Just whatever.
But
So-
if you look at my YouTube site, there's like a picture of like Sophia like play reading. I mean, you want to see something really cute. Can you play a YouTube of mine? Can I give permission?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I guess
No?
not.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
If
I mean,
it's my YouTube, I
Yes,
can't play
you can
my
play it.
YouTube.
Yes.
okay, yeah.
Well, if you go on like Two Ferrari Dan, you can see Sophia.
Two Ferrari Dan.
Sophia like
see
play
this.
reading. It's
Is that
so
when you
cute.
had two Ferraris, Danny?
Yeah, I still do.
Yeah.
Race car.
I guess you have. If you
The
count
race
your
car.
race car, yeah, you do. Two.
I've kept
You
two
got
almost.
7 subscribers.
Wait till after today. Two Ferrari Dan. Okay, now how many videos do you have, Dan?
Okay, I wasn't a big poster of videos. The only video that's really cute is Sophia feeding Danny and playing and singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." It'll make you cry.
Oh, hold on here.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, have I wonder what you are.
Don't you wish they were that young again?
I know.
As they grow up and start to hate
I
you?
know, but this
Oh,
is such a
gosh.
priceless video.
Trust me, I know. I mean, you know,
She doesn't hate me yet.
you still got four good years left, Dan. Then they hate you.
Yeah.
Up above the wheel so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, have I
That's when she used to like little Danny.
Yeah, she hates him now.
Now, if she had she'd be knocking over the head with a baseball bat. If
She
she had,
knocks. We went to the game last night and they were fighting over food. And it was
what
funny.
game?
The Yankees game.
Oh, you did?
The spring training.
And they were fighting over what?
They were fighting over French fries.
Patty cake, baker's man, big man, kiss as fast as you can.
Locked up a little bit there.
I'll tell you one thing, Dan's sucking that bottle down like it's his last one, man. He is going crazy.
Baby and me.
She looks just
Pretty
like
proud
you
of
right there.
herself. Yeah, a little bit. And the one with her like play reading was cute too. It takes about 15 seconds.
I'm trying to get down to that. I can't.
We'll let you. It's locking up.
Let me see here. Here we go.
The one at the bottom. No, that's just a 458.
What, Dan? Don't tell me how to navigate through your channel.
Okay.
I'm looking at cool
I
stuff.
still love those cars.
Yeah, hell yeah, Danny. Is that your car? Or is that a
No,
convention?
There's a 458 Italia. I did not buy that car.
Do you wish you would have?
They went up in value. I never liked them. I thought they were ugly.
I love those
Blitz
cars.
said he liked them.
I love the 458.
That's really not good for him either.
I know. It's probably the best sounding Ferrari they made of the
Yeah.
V8s.
All right. Now what do we got here, Danny?
Okay, that's Sophia opening up one of those little surprise things.
The big, the eggs.
Looks like a Mexican wrestler mask.
Yes, exactly.
Looks like a
Oh,
luchadori or something.
Dia
Lucha
de
Libre.
los Muertos.
Now what is this, Dan? Like
It's
what?
one of those like
Wow,
eggs.
open
It's like
an
a
egg.
chocolate.
Oh my goodness.
It's like an egg that's covered in stuff, and there's surprise little toys in it. It was a big thing on videos.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's just a bunch of knicknacks inside. And they open it up, and they act surprised and excited.
Was that for Easter?
No, that was just a
No,
trend
just
on
general.
YouTube.
That's just your your trend.
This is cute.
Sounds like Lummy. Lummy. She's you and her on the
That's
same
Lummy
reading
reading
level.
his Trapper Keeper.
This is Lummy last night reading to Walker.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's Asian.
turning the page the wrong way, but that's okay.
Upside down.
She went backwards in page turning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you lived across the street.
Yeah, that was Steve's house now.
Yeah, that's the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's cute. I mean, I'm not much better than her. I'm just saying. And I host a radio show. And is this the same thing?
Yeah, it's just duplicate. Again, it's not. I haven't posted a lot of videos on YouTube.
I just got to tell you, man. The one thing that I really,
it's cute though.
The one thing that I really, you guys are. Every time I ask for it, you always try to get me off the path. But I need the Diaco Brothers sizzle reel. Remember?
Again, I do not have it. I don't
Who
have
has
any access to it. My guess is Jay.
I thought
he's
Jay said he
burying
had
it.
it. I thought
Jay's
Jay had it.
burying it because he doesn't want it out.
Oh my god! Oh my
Just like
god!
ask Jay about the Run DMC video that he.
What do you mean?
There's me and Bob Lucarini doing a Run DMC video.
Hello.
Jay won't let it out.
Hey, Bubba, you mind if I ask Dr. Dan a question?
No, go ahead.
Dr. Dan, are you guys behind a little bit on the Ozempic deal?
In what way?
Because my brother, he's a beast of a man, and he's called a couple times and left messages, and he hasn't heard back yet.
Okay. Emily's been out of town for 5 or 6 days, so she'll be answering those calls probably all today.
Yeah.
She was on vacation.
Dan, did you tell her she's killing you? This is like you're getting just crushed with those
No,
Ozempic
this
Willies.
is the first I'm hearing it. So thank you for letting me know, and I'll make sure to smash some heads today.
Oh, somebody's getting Jennifer's getting a call.
Someone's getting a call.
Thank you. By the way,
Whoever
buddy,
screwed that up is
888848 Diacos if you want to get on the Ozempic deal for about half of what they're charging. And sorry if people haven't had their messages returned. Dan is on that. All right, buddy, out.
Thank you. Sorry about that. And whoever screwed that up, I'm going to make them be the Uber Eats driver today for your Ozempic.
No, I'll go get that. I'll get it handled. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Dan, you have to understand, I walk into your office, and if some girl had to run over my Ozempic, she's going to hate me.
I don't care.
Meanwhile, if I walk over, I know you don't care, but I do. I care what people think about me. So if I just run over there today and grab it, it's not a big deal. Doesn't put anybody out, and you've not yelled at anybody, and nobody hates me. See?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why does it say chat publicly as Lummy BTLS slow mode? Does it make what's the slow mode?
I don't
we don't know
what
what
you're
Danny.
about.
We don't know.
On YouTube, it says slow mode is on. I don't understand what slow mode is. Just because it says Lummy, it says slow?
Oh, you're on my account.
Yeah, you're on Lummy's account.
Oh, okay. So I have to type
You're
real
not
slowly?
Too far, you're not on too far.
You're just trying to take over the
slow?
world today, buddy.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just confused.
I put the slow modes on so I can reach out in case things come in.
Are you okay, Dan?
I'm great.
I mean,
I'm great.
Are you sure?
Because
I feel like somebody's going to get their ass ripped at work.
No.
Somebody was going to have to run over my Ozempic.
That may happen.
Steve's out of town.
How's little Danny doing? What happened to him?
Little Danny got knocked out last night.
What?
Yeah. Little Danny had a flag football.
What happened, Dan?
Head injury.
I'm not sure what happened, but all I know is he had a laceration on his scalp that had to put a couple stitches in.
Whoa.
Really? Were you there at practice?
No, it wasn't at practice. It was at school. Like, I got a call at 2 o'clock that Dan's bleeding. His head's bleeding. I'm like, oh, God.
So he's at school?
Yes.
Like recessing or something like that?
Yeah, they're playing flag football.
Okay. And next thing you know, the school calls.
Mm-hmm.
And now does Romina handle this business or do you handle it?
She gets the first call.
All right. And does she call you then?
Yep.
And how did a call go? Can you imitate her?
Not really.
Anna?
I wasn't there. He's about to tell the story.
Oh, Donnie.
Little
Danny's head's bleeding.
Little Donnie's head's bleeding. Something. Anna, go ahead.
Oh, Donnie.
Hello?
Your son is bleeding.
What?
His head. Fix it. Goodbye.
I hate you. Wine time.
One time.
I'm in the middle of wine time. And little Danny's
I don't want to
bleeding.
put him in the new Escalade.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Bleed all over the car.
I'm going to drive the beater Porsche to go pick him up because I don't
I'm
want to.
ordering him an Uber right now.
She said, no, she literally said, like, well, it was like 2 o'clock. I'm like, listen, bring him over here. She goes, well, I have to pick up Sophia in 45 minutes. I'm like, perfect. It's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Bring him over here, then pick her up.
No, hold on.
Because
So,
I gotta take her to practice.
she calls you and says what?
I just got a call from the school. Danny hurt himself and he's bleeding somewhere. He's bleeding from his head. So I don't know if it's in his face or his scalp or his neck or his chin. I have no idea.
Right.
So I get,
now, where are you? Are you in
information.
office?
Yeah, I'm in office.
Does she want you to go pick up little Dan? Is she insinuating that you go pick him up? Was she posturing that way?
A little bit in retrospect. She was kind of throwing that out there. Like she was so tied up that I'm
with
like,
wine
no.
time.
No, bring him over here and I'll fix him. She goes, well, but I got to go pick up Sophia. I'm like, then go pick up Sophia. And then by the time you come back over here, he'll be fixed. And so that's how it worked.
And did how many stitches to the head?
Just a couple.
A couple. And what happened? Did he describe to you what happened?
Yeah, but it doesn't add up. He said...
Right, well, then let's get through it.
Well, okay, there's two types of flags for flag football. There's the kind where each flag comes off the belt, and there's the older, cheaper kind where the whole belt comes undone.
Yeah,
right.
There's a clip on
There's
the
like
belt.
a clip,
Yeah.
like a potato chip clip.
Right.
Well, they were using...
Where the whole flag come off.
The whole belt, the two flags, they all come off as one unit. So they were using that type, the older, cheaper kind. And he said when he pulled the flag that he pulled it so hard and so fast that it snapped back and hit him in the head.
Bull crap.
That's what I say.
Man, your kid's strong.
Yeah, first of all, what's the end of the what part of the belt would have hit his head, and what's that made out of?
The plastic, like alligator clamp.
Right, so I don't know that even has the ability to those things are so flimsy, right?
Yeah, but they're hard plastic, and so I could see it snapping back and hitting him in the head. But here's the other problem. He had a little mark on his cheek, and apparently he had problems standing up afterwards. So it tells me that he ran into the guy.
Yeah, he ran into the guy and didn't want to tell you that he ran into the guy because you thought you'd be mad.
Right.
And
I think it's a malfunctioning flag belt. You need to call Jay immediately.
Right. Sounds like a lawsuit.
Now, were you questioning little Danny? Like, hold on, that doesn't add up. Did you get into all that, or did you just stitch him up and send him home?
I stitched him up and sent him home, and then talked to him about it later because I had other stuff going on.
Yeah. Toussaint, $20.
Wayne Toussaint, we love you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And when he found out that he was getting stitches, you could see that big eye swell up, and then also like a little single tear starts going down his cheek. I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, I don't want stitches. I'm like, dude, you want to bleed all day?
Yeah. And
how many did he get?
How many? Where was it?
In his scalp, in the hair-bearing scalp.
All right, so you have to shave it?
No, I don't shave. We put him on one of those little like Yorkie ponytails to pull up his hair.
Right.
And then
did you numb it?
No, I just put the numbing cream on.
You didn't numb? You're not big on the numbing anymore, buddy. Well, I tell you, when I come in for Morpheus, bitch, I'm getting numbed.
And the gas.
And the gas.
Yeah, well, I didn't need to put him on nitrous for it, and I figured that the two stitches would hurt less than the.
Romina was already on the laughing gas before you could even get the sutures going.
Yeah, she's like, hold my wine.
Hold my wine. I get laughing gas. So he 2, 3, 6,
just a couple.
Will you cut him out here? Well, I mean,
I'll cut him out next week.
Fantastic.
He'll be fine.
Well,
but still, it's just the anxiety was there's two parts. One is not knowing what the real injury is, and then second, working on your kids stressful.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, was he crying?
No, but you're just trying to manage it all. It's stressful working on your kid. That's why we usually don't work on our kids.
You work on everybody else.
I know. So, like, what's the big difference?
Okay, let me ask you a really bad. Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a morbid question?
No, but it's going to be kind of a creepy question.
Oh, it's about
great.
Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Like, what if Sophia wanted breast dogs?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that one. I'll do
and I'm
laser
trying. And hold on,
I'll
I'm
laser
trying
the hair off her arms, but I don't know about doing a breast dog on her.
Well, hell, you wouldn't even give your wife one for 15 years.
Yeah, so she probably won't get one.
Like, what if Sophia really wanted one? She was like, Dad, really? First of all, she gets everything she wants because she's your,
When you graduate college.
Is that what you would say?
Probably.
When you get out of college.
Yeah, last thing I do is running around with giant knockers.
You're right.
Getting
at college.
She's already
douchebags from LSU.
Hold on, she's already cute, right?
Right.
Next thing you know, she's got some 325s on her.
Right, and all these guys from
yeah.
LSU are calling her.
And you don't do bad boob jobs. I mean, you do the best boob job. So here it is, a cute
young
chick.
boyfriends for my daughter either. So
yeah, I'd
it's
say
be a bad day for them.
Yeah, she
won't even let me know if someone likes
she'll
her.
be calling Halperin up at age 18. Halperin wouldn't do it though. He'd call you like, I said, your daughter, and she wanted a consultation. I just want to let you know, Danny. I said no.
Thank you.
If she would,
you can still live.
Oh, don't even try to get tough with Halperin, please.
Oh, would Halperin kick his ass?
Oh, Halperin would kick his ass.
He's a big guy.
Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
He's a big guy like you and Blitz are big guys. You know what I mean? There's like big guys, like guys who are like 6'1", 6'2".
No, he's just a big
6'4",
dude.
6'5" guys. He's that range of guy. He's that like pro athlete size.
He's big.
Big fucker.
But with like delicate hands.
Yeah, and smart. And he's a good guy.
Is he as smart as you are?
Yeah, of course. He's every bit as smart as I am.
Jon Stewart on vaccine science and I guess Jon Stewart was on the late night.
That was like from like a year or two ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. They just keep playing it again.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You keep talking about it.
Is that the lab leak thing when he said?
He's like, and so then the best part of the line I think was when he said that you go to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and he's like, there's a big chocolate like outbreak, and people are like, whoa, where'd it come from? He goes, they grabbed a shovel and a cocoa bean, they made it, and it came up as chocolate. Or you look at the huge factory. There's a lot of can you tell who people were. Yeah, they're kind of playing it around with the Woody Harrelson thing. What's up, Hall of Famer Creeds and Travis?
Hello.
Okay, let's see. Maria Guatemala. Good morning.
What's up, Big Red?
Good morning, James Meyer. Good morning, Neil Montpezet. I don't know. Surprised you responded, Cretin Travis.
Cretin.
Cretin. Tax increases.
Morning,
Tax
Cretin.
increase.
Gary the Cantrell.
Goodbye. I'm just curious.
At Yorktown?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
No,
Felix the
we
cat.
are
Or the
Yorktown.
tax increase though.
I think.
Morning, Maria.
Morning,
Jay Gator.
Grouper living longer. What?
Jay Gator. You do?
Talking to me?
Interesting. Electric knee. Are you ready for a couple weeks from now? Go with later. Good morning. Oh wow. No Diablo Dame. The lights live in Florida with sun. Good morning. Morning, Bald Walls for Anna.
Bald Walls.
7202R. That's it, the turtle, Scruffy. Alright, so done. Cool is fishing. Good morning.
Morning, Felix. The cat. Good morning, James Mayer.
Bubba's divorce lawyer, good morning.
Not yet, Felix. Good morning, Finn212R.
I changed that account. The Dr. Dan Diaco SY.
You did?
Yeah, I did change it.
Verify your face. 0235.
Too far, Dad. That's not super douchey. To give you guys the win on that one.
You know what your password is?
No.
Oh, I think you fucking.
No, I just have it on saved passwords.
What did you say right back?
Mitch Mark.
Well, maybe I'll try.
Good morning, Mitch.
I only got 6 seconds. I'll do it next time.
Last day of Black
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Last day of the month. We need some help, my friends. We got kicked off Twitch for 2 weeks. In the overnight, though, about 8 o'clock, I had Blake Branham $70 last night on Venmo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
New money, I think.
Yeah, new money. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Shivering Niz, Serial Niz, Kenny Priz, big. Like, it wasn't about a G-ball yesterday?
$1,000.
Yes, it was.
G-ball from Kenny Priz.
And don't forget the Homer Drew Garabo Hall of Famer coming in with, I think, $9.99.
Yeah. I think Wizzy was there yesterday. Saw a lot. Thank
Napa
you.
Mike.
Captain Mike.
Napa Mike.
Napa Mike. Captain Mike. It doesn't matter. Don't we have a Captain Mike from Iceland?
Sure
Isn't
do.
that Captain Mike?
Yep.
So today's the last day of the month. The after show will be a podcast only. Trying to get that last minute podcast push to get those numbers up as well. The 2 days that I had to take off for USAC in conjunction with getting canceled. I'm sorry, getting suspended from Twitch, our main moneymaker, which really at the end of the day, we can survive without Twitch with the Cash App and the Venmo, but it's the big $1.99 that we missed. That's the big boy, the $1.99. And since $1.99 was scheduled to be last Friday?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed it because we got put into a bad boy timeout. T-shirt, Will, $20 on the Cash App. Thank you so very much. Today's after show will be a podcast only, so it'll post at noon and download away. Any place that you get your podcast, get it to Apple, iHeart, TuneIn. No, does TuneIn have podcasts? I don't know if they carry podcasts or not. Spotify. Go download. Be a daily downloader, actually. Blitz has also been sprinkling in some old stuff, like, Kayak Guy.
Grandpa Munster was the other day.
Oh, yeah. That was funny. You're living past your prime. Didn't Hogan call in and say you had cheese in your teeth and all that kind of deal?
Yeah, you had to suck it out.
You had to suck your teeth out. Kayak Guy, $10 for a pool boy entertainment fee, whatever that means. Thank you, my friend. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All at the Bubba Army. Have you looked at the numbers yet? I think the Florida line, I may play this $50 deal maybe one time.
Really?
Well, I mean $50 for a chance to win $1 million for life.
Yeah.
Get it on film.
What do you mean?
Record you scratching it?
Oh, buy it and then record me scratching it?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe I can't quite afford the $50 one. Maybe I can go for the new.
That will be an investment for your YouTube channel.
Oh.
So
just be like,
you
this is for content.
Yeah, you got to do it like today, though.
Rick, 50. Thank you, Rick, on the Cash App. Why? Because
it's new.
It's new.
So people are looking to see if other people have scratched that one. And if you wait like a week or so, then no one cares.
So what's the new game called? Read.
It is $1 million a week for life.
You could be the lucky recipient of $1 million for life with the Florida Lottery's new $1 million a year for life spectacular. So do I walk in to the 7-Eleven and say I need the $1 million a year for life ticket?
Yep.
And they'll know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Nice.
The $50 game offers more than $1.6 billion in cash prizes, with the top prize of $1 million a year. The overall odds, I guess the overall odds is 1 in 4.5 just to win something, right?
Yes.
The new scratch-off game is only one of 4 announced Monday by the Florida Lottery. So they have 4 new scratch-off games?
Correct.
Now, are they available?
Yeah, they're all available now. I bought a couple of the $5 ones the other day. The Price is Right ones.
I might stick to the Price is Right $5. Who am I thinking?
Well, if
Johnny,
you're
going to $50 guy.
All right. Well, okay.
But if I do get the $50 one, I will record myself. Customers can also pick up the new $5 Price is Right game, which features 8 top prizes of $1 million and more than $79 million in total cash prizes. The game's overall that's the overall odds in winning in that is 1 in 4. That's pretty good.
Just winning something.
Something.
Okay.
I mean, you only got 5 in it.
Right.
Blitz, did you? How many did you buy, Blitz, on the new Price is Right?
6.
6. So you spent $30.
Yeah.
And what did it return?
And I won 20.
Nice.
All right, so that's a -10. We'll take that.
That's all right.
Especially when playing the lottery.
Usually when new games come out, I'll buy a few, and then if I win off those, then I'll buy more. But when that's out, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm done.
I'm done.
That was almost an I'm done violation.
Oh, okay. I thought we stopped doing that.
No. When did we stop doing?
A few weeks ago, you said you're over it. You hate that girl.
You know what? You've been coming up with all this stuff I've been saying lately, and I don't remember saying any of it.
Oh.
I think that's your new thing now.
You said you hated that girl now.
No, hold on. I hate that girl, but I did not say the words, we're not doing the double I'm done. That did not come out of my mouth.
Okay.
I mean, will somebody back me on that? Will somebody back me on that? Anna, you're a historian of the show.
I feel like something was said about.
Oh, of course you're gonna go over there. You're right.
You're right, Bubs.
Lummies are an official.
Bubba, you never technically said it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, technically,
don't push.
I said I was over that chick. I didn't say that I was done over a couple.
You're done.
A couple of things that we've established in our little inner show lingo, if we will. I said I was over her, but I did not say that I was over some of the things that we like.
What
some
was
of her
actually
little...
said, Lummy?
I remember he's on slow mode.
Hold on.
Dustin
I'm looking at
Southers.
my notes real quick,
Dustin Southers
I wrote
$10
something
bill
down.
on cash
Yeah,
app.
there was a day where you said you no longer have to do that or something.
It actually was February 16th, 2023. Segment 3, Bubba says that he thinks that the lady with the problem is
Tourette's.
fake. Tourette's. Well, I didn't put Tourette's. I just put problem. Is fake.
Because he can't spell Tourette's, by the way.
That's fair.
Actually,
It's
I
a hard
don't think
word.
I can. That's true.
It's a tough one.
It's like TOUR or something like that, yeah.
2 T's.
And he is over watching all her nonsense, and we do not have to. Okay, so we don't have to do the.
Oh,
you're done.
see?
Well, then I apologize to you.
I'm sorry, Bubba. I feel bad now.
No, you know what? I don't want you.
You should feel bad, Lummy.
I don't want you to feel bad. I just want.
I knew at some point you'd said that.
Because a lot of times Blitz will come in just with, some kind of negative nonsense and trying to make me look stupid over there, counter Willie, and just to throw me off. And then he'll always say it under the guise of, well, you said, and then usually I just let it go because I figure I can't remember not saying it or saying it or whatever. I can't remember nothing at the end of the day.
It's hard to remember what you say on the show.
Of course.
It's hard
really
to
hard to
remember. Listen, especially when you're the host,
right?
And you're flapping for 4 straight hours.
Yeah, it's
setting you guys up for craziness and having to keep things moving along and things like that. I can't remember everything. I can't hardly remember anything in life. I think I have early on to Alzheimer's or something like that.
What?
Melissa Carpenter. Melissa Carpenter. She always throws down $100 bill. You know that, Lummy.
Melissa.
Yeah.
She said for lotto tickets. Okay, so you know what? Since you funded my lotto tickets, I'm going to go buy $50 worth of lotto tickets, and then I'm saving $50 too,
Right.
because you just gave me $100. I want to blow it all.
Right.
I want to be responsible.
So here's what you do, Bubba. You gotta get the ticket.
The $50 one.
And then you got to like show the front and back and kind of read the rules real quick. And then like scratch off the different boxes. Oh, you got to show the ticket number too, that people want to know what number it is.
Okay.
That's very important to the lotto people.
All right, so because you know this whole scratch and sniff
Yeah.
world better than I
Yeah,
do. So I buy the ticket, and they were like, "Hey, it's Bubba. I just bought the $50 prize. Donkey teeth, $20 on the super chat. Thank you."
Me.
And so then I'd be like, hey, this is a $50. Could be a millionaire once a year. Yippee-yo from the Florida Scratch Off. Here's what the ticket looks like. Here's the front part.
Yep, the back on that one, the back has the rules. Usually it's on the front, but because the ticket's so big, the rules are on the back.
All right. Do I have to read? Do I got to read all the fine print?
Just wrote like the quick, like, hey, if you match two numbers, you win. If you get this symbol, you win them all. Like that's it. Not all the rules.
Well, like
just that basic.
Like the fine
rule.
print that you say you read at the car dealership.
Yeah, no, just the basic rules.
So read the rules
Yep.
and then show them the ticket number because they want. Now, you have to scratch that
No,
off?
no. Just at the bottom of the ticket, it'll say like 010, like 010 or like 02, whatever the ticket number. Show that.
So it doesn't compromise your security if you win?
Nope. If you scratch it off, that has the ID and all that. Don't show that. But
okay. Don't show the barcode, Willie.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. Well, knowing me, I'll probably win. I'll show the barcode. Somebody will steal it from me.
Right.
Wayne Toussaint, $20 for stitches on little Danny's head. And Corey Wilson slamming Phoebe's beef. 50 on the Venmo as we're closing out February.
Another trick: if you're the one recording it and scratching off, tape the ticket to the table. Just the very top and the very bottom. Use some tape. That way it doesn't spin around as you're scratching with one hand.
Well, I was so excited. I was thinking about doing it for my car, like just doing it right there on my leg because I was so excited. So I can run in there and immediately claim my money.
I got hit by a car doing that once, and I was wrong.
What do you mean?
I was in New Orleans, and I thought I had like 4 or 5 numbers on the lottery. And I oh my God! I ran across the street, and I ran in front of a parked car and got drilled by a car. Went over the hood, over the roof, and landed in the median.
How much did you win? Nothing.
I was wrong. It's off by a digit.
Did you get hurt?
Yeah, I got hurt. I couldn't walk for 2 days. My knees were black. They were so bruised. I'm surprised I didn't get bilateral leg fractures, tibia-fibia fractures.
Did you cuss the guy out then? Of course, you tried to blame it on him.
Oh,
it was really your fault.
I screamed at him.
Right. Meanwhile, it's your fault. It's completely your fault.
100% my fault.
And he was a doctor too?
Yep. I screamed at him because I flipped over the car wearing scrubs and a white coat and high tops.
I took my dad to the lotto office to claim a prize like 10 years ago, and there was someone in there like before us or whatever, and he had a scratch off, and he thought he won like 10 grand because he matched like 9 with 9. And the lady's like, you didn't scratch it all the way off. It was 19.
Oh, man. Can you imagine you telling everybody I got 10 grand coming and taking you to dinner? We're going to the dollhouse. Yep. Next thing you know, you go back to work and be like, hey, Jim, I'm all ready to go to dinner. Dollhouse on you tonight, right, buddy? No, I went there. Then they would think that you're almost lying because you're trying to wedge out on the deal.
Yeah.
The Florida Lottery also announced the new 100,000 money multiplier scratch-off game. That features more than 19.2 million in cashes and prizes. Players can multiply their winnings by 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10x with a $2 game.
That's a $2 ticket.
The overall odds on that is 4.45. Well, it looks like the best odds is the $5 Price is Right. That's a 1 in 4. Right?
Yeah.
And then is there another one?
There's a $1 one.
Lastly, the Florida Lottery announced the new $1 game, Cash on the Spot, which offers more than $9 million in cash and prizes.
Yeah.
Players that reveal 2 or 3 will double or triple their prize. The overall odds is that's a little bit.
But here's the thing, though:
the less the tickets cost, the worse the odds are, because they know all the degenerates go to the.
Yeah, but also the worst, like. The most you could win on the $1 ticket is $5,000, which is cool, but like,
I mean, Dan's got $5,000 in shoes, belt, and pants today.
Right.
Please. I might go play that $50 deal now that my girl Melissa
So
Carpenter
one
has
$50
funded.
ticket, and it's called $1 million a year for life.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Right. And just leave it to a guy like Dan to win.
That's what it's.
Guy that pulls up in a goddamn Ferrari wins the $1 million in life. Meanwhile, I'm pulling up in a 04 Crown Vic with the paint peeling.
And you win $5.
And I win. I lose. I don't win nothing. I'm pulling up in my e-bike. and Dan's pulling up in his Ferrari. He wins the $1 million. Yippee-yo.
I'll give you a ride.
Did you see this, Dan? And I think this in Lloyd, and I wish Jay was here, but he's not. Or we could wait for Jay. But anyway, like the worst thing a lawyer can do, like the child touching of lawyers, is when you spin your client's the escrow.
Right.
Right.
Out of your IOTA account. So
isn't this like this is like the worst, isn't it?
Yeah. It's they disbar you every time.
And so
he'll be going. This guy's going to jail.
Oh, this guy's going to prison.
Yeah.
So Danny. So what happens is you guys, as a law firm, have an escrow account, and that's where you put the money that you guys get from various settlements, and you put it in your escrow. The insurance companies cut it to your escrow, and then that's where you guys cut it back to your client.
Yeah. One check for the firm, one check for the client. Usually.
Right. And but like that is untouchable. You cannot touch that money for nothing.
Correct.
If you were low on payroll for the week, you can't touch that money.
Nope.
If you needed a quick $5,000, you cannot touch that money.
Can't commingle it. Nope.
It is very much a no-no. This lawyer spent $800,000 of his client's escrow money on drugs, prostitution, and pornography.
It was I believe $40,000 OnlyFans he was spending.
No.
Yes.
On OnlyFans?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
he was forging documents and calling insurance companies and getting settlements like the clients didn't even know he was doing.
Yeah, and so a couple clients called up and be like, "Hey, we're getting medical bills stacked up here. You're supposed to be paying them or something like that." And his office phone was disconnected, and they went by his place of business, and the landlord said he hadn't paid rent since last June. Now his wife was trying to get a divorce from him, and she couldn't even get a divorce from him because they couldn't find him and whole nine yards. They finally found him, and from June through September. So that's what June, July, August, September. In 3 months, he spent $24,500 on Uber, $74,000 on Amazon,
nice,
$30,500 on OnlyFans, and $164,000 to Capital One, and approximately $400,000 on PayPal purchases.
What did he buy?
So far, 16 victims have identified with a combination theft amount of about $840,000. And they're now asking people that were represented by this guy if you have any, detectives to step forward. If you were a client, detectives reported that Reynolds spent the client's money on drugs, prostitution, and pornography. How do you spend that much on? How do you spend?
I don't know.
How do you spend $30,000 on OnlyFans? Are you given? I mean, do you have that many subscriptions, or?
I guess.
Or you're
he's
throwing
paying
tips
people directly for videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm, personal stuff.
Oh, so he's paying his favorite little Asian chick,
Here's $100
for $100 to do a 15-minute private.
Still, that
a lot.
The
of
article
time.
I read, it said almost $40,000 in OnlyFans, but
in 3 months?
3 months.
Jeez.
The hell?
Why would you just hire a hooker?
He was.
It looks like he was.
He was.
Doing all of the above.
Man, if I had a hooker, I wouldn't need OnlyFans. You got a real live hooker there. Are you so gummed up that you got to have the hooker? Then after she leaves, you got to have the OnlyFans too.
I mean,
I thought it sounds like he was going to kill himself at the end of this because I feel like that's the rock star move. Not glorifying suicide, but you know what I mean? You just go out with in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
The county for life, $10 PayPal.
David Vinson, 25 on the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army as we close out the month.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
It's a sad spiral. That guy, the lawyer that's on trial for killing his wife.
Murdoch?
Murdoch. He spent tons of his clients' money.
Did he?
And that Aviante, what was that guy's name? Michael Aviante, the one.
Oh yeah, the Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, he spent millions of his clients' money. Millions.
Oh, Michael Avavani.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
Avenatti.
Avenatti.
What do you mean? The View said he should run for president.
Yeah, the people on the View thought he should be president.
Oh, because he was trying to take down Trump and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's listen to them.
Oh, how the tables have turned. It's always fun when that happens.
Yeah, I love when they get in trouble, like Whoopi for saying like anti-Jew stuff, and
Yeah, and then she comes back and does it again.
yeah.
The Holocaust wasn't about race. She like said something like fucking like woo-woo shit.
I know. She said
It
the
was
kind of
about
shit that if
people
Kanye
hating
said it, he'd
people.
have been canceled.
Yeah.
What she had said, if it was Kanye, he'd have been canceled.
Yeah.
But she already got canceled for what he said. But it was just as disgusting as what Kanye
didn't
said.
make any sense. Yeah. Who knows? Oh, the pee-pee story.
Well, that might be his wiener hanging out there.
I don't think so. Looks like there was a lot of blood.
She was Asian.
We're gonna talk about this.
Indonesian.
We're gonna talk about this.
Okay.
Oh shit!
What?
The blood.
Yeah. Not. I saw this last night. I thought that there was like more blood. Like
Huh. Big hours.
Yeah, if you scroll down more, you can see more blood. Looks like there was a lot of blood. Oof.
Dan, did you hear the Bucks are raising their ticket prices?
So this bitch just has a kid and never goes to the doctor?
Correct. This is her third, I believe.
And
She doesn't do anything different. She just lives
Deposit.
and then
50% deposit
gives
for
birth
tickets.
naturally.
If they raise it over 7%, well, they added a piece of being silver and those two good, there's just 7%. So you gotta pay like for another preseason game. And they're cocky as fuck, like they're dicks, which I don't get because
They lost all of their marketing with losing Tom.
still they act like
They're a Super Bowl team with Tom Brady as quarterback.
Exactly. It's pretty disheartening, actually.
Yeah, Kyle Trask is gonna fill the seats.
Yeah.
He's an ass clown. Gronk's brother said he's like the worst quarterback ever.
Oh, you gotta believe it.
He was not a fan. What's up, Little Orbers Afterbirth? Hey, Finn 212.
Well, Rick and I were talking about it, like, yeah, maybe he's gonna start. He's only a quarterback on the roster, so
He ain't gonna start shit.
he kind of has to right now because there's no one else there.
They got rid of Gabbert.
He's not under contract.
Oh,
That's the thing. I said, they're using ticket prices, they're being dicks. Who's our quarterback?
yeah. Who's the offensive coordinator? They haven't gotten
Yeah,
that.
they got him. The Seattle.
Oh, okay. Any good? We're close.
Good job. Other people talk good about him. What's up, Larry D?
Hey, funny face. 235. Jay Gator.
Alright, you like him, Nats fan?
Daniel and Tagliata. Thank you.
Eric Nenemy?
We may need a shit ton, Daniel, to do this garage. What's up, Guy Control? Big longer.
Learn how to shake, Lenny.
What's up, and kid? Can't they get the kid from Baltimore?
Yeah.
Technically, they'd have to free up a lot of salary cap.
They can get rid of some of the old turds on the team that they don't need anymore.
Well, there's one thing to Yeah, there's some players that they can cut. Like Fournette.
He can
Donovan Smith.
drive his Cadillac all the way down to Miami and enjoy it down there.
Donovan Smith.
Mm-hmm.
One of the highest paid left tackles in the league.
Sucked.
One of the worst left tackles in the league. He sucks since he's been on the books. Fired up Vanessa Edmonds.
Yeah, left tackle sucked this year.
He sucks for
After Dan's Boom Nonemaker. Spence.
Highest paid fucking player. One of the highest paid tackles.
Yeah, it's a bad contract.
Four.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. Lummy, I was talking to the well, you know, you're familiar with Mayor of King. Are you familiar with Mayor of Kingstown?
Yeah, I haven't watched the newest season, and hopefully they keep
it's
it going.
good. Dan, are you a Mayor of Kingstown?
I haven't started it.
You have not?
No. But I heard it's really good.
My boy Pat McGovern is kind of like he's kind of the mayor of St. Pete, although he's not a mayor. He's a police officer. But he kind of like is, you know.
Kind of a badass.
Well, of course he's a badass, and he's got three on his belt and 14 on the curb. But he kind of like is he's the juice that keeps the St. Pete underworld. You know, he's kind of like the correspondent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has his ear.
He's established.
If you need something done in St. Pete, you go to Gov.
Right.
You don't go to the mayor of the real mayor you go to Gov. You get stuff done. Anyway, Dan, supposedly, no names mentioned for HIPAA violations, but supposedly, word on the street is that there's a St. Pete female police officer that may have become a client of yours lately.
We have a lot of law enforcement officers that come see me.
Women, nothing.
Women and men.
I'm not worried about the men.
Well, sometimes they got skin cancers and things like that. They come in, we take care of them.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, great.
But nothing's hotter than a cop with big jugs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They got to keep them under those bulletproof vests.
You got to arrest me.
So anyway, supposedly there's this little hottie that just got a new set of Diacos. And again, I think you probably do. You do a lot of female police officers?
I do.
And do they tell you they're police officers?
Yes, because we give them extra discounts.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
We support law enforcement.
Nice.
I'm a big Leo fan.
So anyway, Gov, I think Gov and RoboCop. Those are the only two names. Let me, if you ever get pulled over in St. Pete, just tell them I know Gov
and RoboCop
and every policeman, whether he's a brand new rookie or he's a 35-year veteran, will know what you're talking about, and you're either going to get off or you're going to get killed. One of the two.
I'll find the guy that doesn't like RoboCop.
Yeah, if you find the guy, because Gov and RoboCop are highly polarizing. So a lot of the old
50-50.
Yeah, all the old timers love them because they come from the old school. But some of these new punks, may think that they don't like the old timers.
Or they radio one of the two and they go, "Hey, do you know so and so?" And they go, "Nope."
Well, I mean,
and then I get curbed.
You're never going to get you're never going to radio Gov. He's always hiding or in the gym. So anyway, Dan, there's a female police officer that just got a new set of Diacos, and it's all the hubbub nonetheless.
Cool.
And again, Lummy, if you get pulled over in St. Pete, what do you say?
Gov. I know Gov or RoboCop.
Right. That's it. That's all you got to say.
I'll take a chance.
Yeah, you'll complete. No, you're not going to. Gov does the curbing. So if you know Gov, you're not going to get curbed.
He's going to see me and be like, "Who are you?"
Hey, you know what? Do you know what Gov's famous for? Do you ever remember, Blitz? There was this obnoxious Boston Red Sox fan.
Oh, I know. I know
Trop.
Gov.
Yeah, I know you know Gov.
Yeah.
Gov didn't live too far from your parents. And remember, there was this unruly Boston Red Sox fan. They had to be removed from the stadium. And the picture, and Gov was working the Trop detail, and he's got his gun out, I think, at the guy's head, and it was on the front page of the paper. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Blitz?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, that's way over the top and stuff. But I think Gov actually had his gun out against the guy's head. And all he was is just, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what you could do so bad at a Trop game that would make the cops, pull their guns out and put on your head. God, I wish I could find that picture.
Just being a Boston fan.
It's true.
Yeah, they cause some fights.
Oh, Blitz, by the way, Gov will be doing a detail down at the Grand Prix.
Awesome.
So if you need, do you have Gov's number?
I do not.
I'll give you Gov's number because, Gov might be able to get you,
Okay.
There might be a K9000, cop-only parking lot he can get you in.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, Dan, I gotta talk to you privately.
And he was involved in Hydra Lacey, right?
Yeah, I think Gov might have been the guy that killed Hydra Lacey. He might have been.
Hope he was.
I know he was in. I know Gov was in the SWAT unit that I think that made entry.
So he's part of the team.
And I think that they were just blitz. I think that they knew he was in the attic, and it was just open season on firing into the attic.
Right.
I think they literally were just like John Wayne and up and just riddling
Shooting
it.
up.
Because at that point, two St. Pete cops had already been killed.
Yes.
I think. And when you've already killed two cops and you're hiding in the attic, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had that. I don't know if we have that on tape anywhere, but
so I'm a little confused. Are we saying you're done twice now or not?
If it's
Player's choice.
Player's
yeah,
choice.
I think the ruling back then even was you could say it if you want to, but you don't have to say it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, player's choice.
Just want to make sure I'm following the rules.
I've been told now that was a taser that Gov had to the guy's head, not a full blown 40.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
non-lethal.
Yeah.
You might as well have
Yeah, I mean, taser to the head, please.
Yeah, come on.
But when it's on the front page of the St. Pete Times, it doesn't necessarily look good for marketing 101 to go to a Rays game, right?
It looks like he was. I'm trying to find the picture, but it looks like I found the article that he was fighting security guards and police officers on the roof of the dugout.
Who was the bad guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll get you.
You swing at a cop and they're gonna,
Well, hold on. When you're on the player's dugout, right? I mean, you're close. I mean, Dan, you probably there's $300 million worth of talent in there, right?
Right. And you're right. Everyone can
well,
see it.
not if you're a Rays. It's about $54 million. But anyway.
Well, I believe that was the year that the Rays made their run too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they were feeling good.
And so a guy was on top of the dugout and he got goved.
Yeah, it looks like he was fighting security guard. I'm trying to find pictures.
Because I remember the front page of the paper had Gov had his gun out. Well, I guess it's his taser, he claims, and it was like right at the guy's head, and it was the coolest picture ever. I'll
try to find it.
And the media trying to vilify an appropriate response to a dangerous person is one of the reasons that police are at such a disadvantage now.
Oh, I was talking to a police officer yesterday. He's like, "Man, we hate Daryl." Is it Derek, the Chauvin guy? What's his name?
Derek Chauvin. You're right.
He said we hate him because he has set back the police union, as far as what the community thinks of 40 years. Like he has set us back 40 years. He had him in his squad car. He could have let him die in his squad. Listen, George Floyd was going to die. He had a lethal amounts of fentanyl, lethal amounts of all types of things. He needed immediate medical attention. Maybe that's another thing that Chauvin didn't provide for him. But nonetheless, at one time they had George Floyd, or was it George Floyd? Mm-hmm. They had him in the car, and he. I don't know why they hauled him back out, and then Chauvin's there, all.
I thought they were trying to get him in the car and he wouldn't go in. like in the back seat.
I thought he was in the car, and they took him back out.
He was a big dude, so.
Nonetheless, they could have put him on the sidewalk, not eating muffler, and not put your knee on the back of your neck.
Well, once he was handcuffed, they could have just left him alone, obviously.
Right. And that whole incident has set police work back. 40 years. Everybody hates, most African Americans now, their starting point is hating cops.
Well, I mean, you don't think the scorpion, or what was it, the python, or the
one in Memphis?
The one in Memphis where the African American cops killed the other African American. You don't think that hurt?
Oh, Tyree Nichols?
No, that didn't get publicized. Nobody knows about that one.
So no one cares about that, right?
Well, I mean, it's not nearly as...
It's the media's fault.
It really is.
I mean, yeah, Chauvin's a jerk off, but it's the media's fault for heavily reporting things only one way.
Agreed.
So,
a woman allegedly cut off her boyfriend's penis. Now, Dan, when you worked in the emergency room and during your residency in New Orleans, which, it's not Beverly Hills or anything like that, like you're at probably arguably one of the top 5, most hostile environments for, so the things you're going to see, is this right here? Yeah, hold on. Let me get this for you. Hold on. Look, there's Gov right there. I guess it is a taser gun, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you look at it quick, it does look like a gun.
But man,
and a paper.
Look at that. Look at this one dude. He's like, I don't have nothing to do with it. Look at that. And that's the raise. That's the raise.
Look at the raise. Yeah.
But Gov has him right there, boy. What are you gonna tase off his ear? You gonna what are you tasing here, Gov?
His hot dogs.
And Dan, what happens if you take?
No. The thing is, Bubba, with that kind of taser, if you're in contact, you don't have to fire it. You just hit the button.
No, right? No,
it'll still tase him.
Just the metal
like the
probes.
Contact,
the metal probes.
That's why it's by his head, because it's doing the handheld version instead of the gun version.
Look at the black guy's got him handcuffed, and Gov comes in and says, "Let me put the prongs to the guy's hot dog
Temple,
neck."
Right.
Boy, that would really jolt you if you got jolted back. If you got tased there, would you not?
Mm-hmm. But I think that guy has his hands up because he doesn't want to get shocked.
Yeah, that's one of Gov. I think Gov probably has that blown up in his bedroom.
That's a great
Wouldn't you be? That's great cop work right there, buddy.
It is.
Yeah.
Got him right out of there.
That should be the tourism poster for St. Pete. Come to St. Pete and get a little lippy. You might have a black guy with a white guy taser on you.
That's right,
buddy. That's how we roll. Well, we're talking about the woman getting her cutting her husband's penis off. So, Dan, have you ever, you when you were a resident doctor at New Orleans, you said, tons of gunshots.
Mm-hmm. Yes, a lot of gunshots.
Knives.
Yes.
Suicides.
Yes.
Ran over a car.
Right.
Just all kinds of things. Did you ever get a penis cut off?
Nope. Very unusual.
It doesn't really happen.
No, it doesn't happen very often.
And here's the thing, man.
It's often like national or international news when it does happen.
And how does a woman get you in a predicament to be able to cut off your wiener? Listen,
that's okay.
Isn't that the first thing we'd always defend is our wiener?
Yeah.
If a girl has a knife, man, I'm trying to position my body as like, man.
It was probably like asleep or something.
Get off my wiener.
Eddie Murphy said that in one of his comedy routines. Like, it's okay, just go to sleep, baby.
A woman allegedly cut off her boyfriend's penis after he threatened to leak the sex tapes after she refused to sleep with him. So she says, I don't want to blast you. And he's like, that's okay. I got sex tapes of you. I'm going to release them. She's like, oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to cut off your wiener. That sounds like an even trade to me. Right?
Yeah.
Close, but she did have sex with him. He still has that threat out there, and he fell asleep in her presence. That's stupid.
The 28-year-old man was rushed to the hospital. Now, Dan, does there come a point where you can, could you or a Halpern or a really, really good surgeon, could you, or would
Absolutely.
Would it be a urologist, or would it be more of a plastic surgeon
They
deal?
probably call it a plastic surgeon for the microsurgery because you got to do the blood vessels and the nerves. But
now, how about the cartilage on your? What about the
cartilage.
cartilage? There's no cartilage. Well, how does my
penis? No cartilage.
It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any cartilage in it.
No. There's no cartilage.
So the hardness is just blood.
It's blood in your corpus cavernosum and spongiosum, and they get engorged and firm up.
Oh, So there's no cartilage in my penis.
No cartilage, no bone.
So
no ligaments.
Don't
no
you got to find that main pipeline of blood though? That's probably what that's what causes you to be hard, right?
Yeah, you need the artery and the vein. You need both. And there's a dorsal vein.
Now, what if she hacks off? And could you bleed out? I mean, think about how much blood. Okay, you're looking at your wiener right now, and it's just I guarantee you, all of our wieners are just like in sleep mode right now.
Yes.
Kind of like at the stoplight when you have a car that turns off. Blitz have Ford and other they have like the automatic turn off.
I hate that.
No, I do hate it too. I always override mine.
Yes.
But nonetheless, that's what our penises are right now. It's like they're just like hanging out. They're not ready for action.
They're just idle.
They're idle. Yeah.
Right. Idle.
I can run mine up to 8,500 RPMs if I want to, but it's running. It's just idling right now, like at 1,500. And so, Dan, if in order to make your penis, I mean, what is your penis? Triple in size when you become aroused?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quadruple.
So in order to, in your case, Dan, quadruple. In order to quadruple, where does all this blood come from?
Your body. You have a lot of extra blood.
All right.
Just like when you're working really hard, all the blood goes to your muscles. When that organ is working hard, it takes a little blood.
So these two blood supplies probably are used to pushing a large amount of blood.
Yes.
Especially if our penis can triple, which it can, maybe fourple, like you said. So if you get it whacked off while it's in resting mode, does the blood?
Does it bleed less?
Does it still? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like if since you're in rest mode, is the blood supply in rest mode too?
Yes. And so as I'm thinking this out loud as you're talking, and I guess if you were to sever an erect phallus, then
oh man, you bleed out in a minute.
I don't know how much you'd bleed out from.
Well, she couldn't saw through it.
She
couldn't get through it as easy though.
Right.
I mean, like mine's
depends on what you
mine's like a hunk of steel.
Oh.
Like you better have at least a steel chainsaw to get through mine.
Right. But the fun part would be watching the part that's severed shrink as it bled out. It would just shrink like a hose that's emptied out.
Oh no!
You know, it's like hoses that expand and shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like the garden hose that I've seen on TV kind.
I wish it was more like a balloon that you blew up and then just let go of it.
It would just shoot.
George Zimmerman and not that George Zimmerman. 25 on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Closing out the month at the Bub Army.
He wasn't
a contrail of blood.
It looks like the guy wasn't sleeping. He was going to take a shower, then she cut it off.
I mean, first of all,
he's in intensive care. First of all,
scissors probably aren't going to work. It's got to probably take a knife.
And it's going to be a knife. You would think that you might have to kind of stretch Armstrong it out
a little bit, yeah,
in order to be able to, it's a piece of spaghetti,
right?
And it's kind of crinkled up until you stretch it out a little bit.
So you wonder how far down the shaft it was connected. The problem is the further you get towards the glands, the harder it is to reconnect because the blood vessels are all a lot smaller. So
you're saying, man, the closer to the shaft, the easier it is. But if you just cut off the tip, then you're really in trouble.
Yeah, that's like losing a tip of a finger. It's hard to get that to survive.
Now, could you build? Oh. Could you recreate, go on a guy's ass and go get some skin and recreate a tip?
You can add to it, yes.
I mean, could you build a mushroom head?
Yes, you can. You do it for girls. They're doing transition.
Oh, let's not get into that talk. Okay. By all means.
But then, is it if you're adding to the glands, it's not going to be as sensitive, right? Because you're taking
gonna have no sensitive. Then you're gonna have dead head. You're gonna have a dead head.
Yeah, it's really important.
Another dead head.
You'd be like, man, I got sensitive after the gland. I can feel, but you could literally take a hammer to my head.
Whoa! This article shows the hotel room they were in.
28-year-old was rushed to the hospital after the attack. He's now in intensive care. The police allege that the 28-year-old woman severed his penis after he came onto her and when she was not in the mood.
Yeah, he was ready to go. Mm-hmm. So that's the answer to that part of it.
Okay, so he was. You
think he'd be
awake? He had a blue stealer
and alert.
Yeah. So they made the police department in Indonesia, based on the suspect's statement, they had been in a relationship for about 7 months. So they made an appointment to meet at a hotel.
Which is weird.
No, well, here's the listen, bitch. I'm not trying to
I
stick
think she
up.
was a prostitute.
Yeah, so when you're meeting if you've been seeing somebody for 7 months, you've been blasting her for 7 months, you're meeting at a hotel. It's not to watch Netflix and chill, please. It's to blast.
Well, is there pictures of her in this article?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's probably pictures we cannot show.
I know, but you can at
blood
least see
scene.
her. I'm not
well,
showing.
There she is, and I can just tell you right now. I hate to profile. You can show her, but I could tell you right now she's a penis cutter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You just see that look about her.
Yeah.
She screams penis cutter.
I'll cut your penis. I'll cut your penis. Look at her.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's exactly what her face says.
That was her statement to the police.
I am a penis cutter.
If you scroll down, I won't show, but a little more, that shows a picture of her in handcuffs, kind of.
Yeah, nice handcuffs.
I know.
All right, so this is...
Right
There's
there.
her.
Yeah.
Nice handcuffs.
Yeah.
It's Indonesia, please.
Yeah.
And then
if
I won't show that,
yeah,
but that's the hotel room.
Yeah, and she cut his
She's made a mess.
Wow.
And then,
he must have been real...
It says that she went out to the hallway or whatever and found a receptionist and said that she needed help because her boyfriend was bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, well,
a little bit.
She cut it in the shower, so would that make it bleed more, Dr. Dan?
I swear to God.
I don't know, but you see like the trail coming from the bathroom.
Yeah. I swear to God, if a girl whacked off my penis, I'd kill her.
Well, it's almost attempted murder.
You just literally took my life away from me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing we care about.
Yeah.
You know, what was it, John Bobbitt?
Yeah,
Lorena Bobbitt.
John Wayne Bobbitt. So, you know, they
I've had him on the air
reattached
before.
They reattached his penis, but it was never the same.
Yeah, and he went on to porn, and he had like, you could see it was
broken looking.
Yeah, it was like a broken arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see it.
It was.
You don't want to see it.
And again, that's about when people get when they transition and get a male phallus, it at best looks like that.
I'm trying to lose weight so that my penis looks a little bigger. Bitch, you're trying to cut my stuff off.
Yeah.
I will kill you. Like, seriously, that should be like if a girl cuts off your penis or even gets one hack on it, that should be open season. You should be able to blast her immediately.
Well, they haven't charged her yet.
What do you mean not charged?
They said they haven't charged her yet because they're waiting to talk to the boyfriend.
They
She's
arrested her.
Yeah, but they haven't charged her.
Right. They officially charged her, but they arrested her.
So she's just going to sit in jail for a few days.
Yeah.
Until the guy wakes up.
Because they don't have any kind of habeas corpus in Indonesia.
Nope.
What is habeas corpus? I
that
hear
means,
that all the time.
The right to the body, essentially. Like, I have the body. And so, essentially, the way the law is in America is that if you've been arrested, they have only a certain number of hours before they have to, like, charge you or let you go. They can't just arrest you and hold you indefinitely, unless, of course, you're a January 6th rioter. But other than that... in normal state court, there's a very specific set of statutes that govern how quickly you're going to be officially charged, arraigned, and then have to, make.
It's only a matter of days, right? Like they can't only keep you for a couple days.
Yeah, it's 72 hours, I believe.
So is that why they have the thing all buttoned up before they come and get you for the most part?
A lot of times, yeah.
So that they can have an accurate charge.
Right.
They don't want to just arrest you, hold you for 2 days.
So when I get
and
arrested, I can't say a habeas corpus.
No.
a writ thereof.
I want a writ thereof with a habeas corpus, and I know RoboCop and Gov, and some females. St. Pete Cop has got new jugs.
Yeah, we like our system might not be perfect, but it's better than a lot of others.
Right.
That's like Andrew Tate has been in Romanian jail for
a month.
No, he's been there for months.
It's 2 months now.
Andrew Tate. Who's that guy?
What?
Andrew Tate's the guy that was the professional kickboxer that has a huge, massive, one of the largest in the world online presence.
It was kicked off every social media site.
Yeah. Because he messed with Greta Van Thornberg.
I did too.
Yeah, well,
he got
didn't
banned
get arrested
from everywhere.
in Romania for it. But he also has, an entourage. Some girls tattooed his name on them.
Is he good looking?
Yeah, he's good
looking. You know who Andrew Tate is. We've talked about him before.
Talks about men being men. And,
his dad was like a professional chess player.
But he's in prison right now, right?
Yeah, but my point was, so he got arrested in December.
Was it that long ago?
Yes, and they have yet to charge him. And every time they go to in front of the judge goes, 30 more days. We'll let you know if we're going to charge you or not.
That's him and his brother,
Somebody
too?
send it back to me. Whoever sent me one, I just missed it.
He's gotten railroaded there.
I didn't realize he was
Did he get
still in
railroaded
jail.
more than me than
he's
me?
still in jail.
Oh. Yes, Bubba.
But yeah, they have not charged him yet. They said, yeah, we're gonna. So we need to keep you in here.
Andrew Tate's release appealed denied for the 4th time.
Yep. That's the worst picture I've ever seen of him.
Yeah, he's not a good-looking dude at all.
He is a good-looking guy.
He's kind of
the controversial
He's
Twitter
tall.
influencer and
body.
alleged human trafficker Andrew Tate has just lost his 4th appeal to gain freedom.
You've never heard of this guy, Bubs?
Yeah. Didn't he have a huge podcast and he was a big time influencer on all kinds of different platforms?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think he was a 4-time world champion in kickboxing too.
No, I didn't know that.
A real athlete.
Yeah, his brother was a European champion.
I'd like to see him fight.
And that's a better picture of him right there, isn't it?
Jake Paul lost.
He was on Big Brother.
Oh, he was.
Oh, 12 years
but
ago?
But Nino Segay, so he goes to Romania for what?
He lives in Romania. He started. He works with casinos, and he bought some casinos, so he makes his money that way. In addition to other streams of revenue, including I don't know what he does with online chats, and he hires girls to do some stuff, and I don't know.
Is it like the Dan Bilzerian kind of?
Oh, he's apparently has the amount of money 6 times, 7 times the amount of Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, Bilzerian doesn't really have much money. So.
Yeah.
Tate also created a Hustler University in which members received instructions on how to make money online with cryptocurrency, e-commerce, and similar tactics. However, the program has been called a pyramid scheme by its detractors. His arrest happened just after he sent a video to climate activist Greta Van Thurn, that bitch. How dare you? Teasing her about mini cars had, ironically, the police, blah, blah, blah. So he sent, he sent a video to Greta,
this had nothing to do with her at all.
I know. Well, they say it did, but here's what happened. He was posting a video about his Bugatti.
Okay.
And then someone said something about... Huh?
He calls it like a Bugatti.
Bugatti.
Yeah.
So regardless, he was talking about that and how he doesn't really care about climate change and doesn't, all this stuff.
Kind of like you.
Then Thornburg said him something about something about being like a small penis guy because of it. And then he made a video to her about how insignificant she is and how he doesn't care and that he was going to not recycle his pizza box. And mysteriously, the next morning, he gets arrested and has been held in jail for 2.5 months with no charges.
Now, is she Romanian?
Well, hold on.
Isn't the pizza box like a giveaway?
Yeah, how they found him was the pizza box, because they were trying to find him for a long time.
For what?
Because human trafficking.
Human trafficking and
hold on.
Rape.
Human trafficking.
Yeah.
Rape.
Because he lives in a mansion with his brother, and they have a revolving door of young women coming in.
Just like I would.
For them. Yeah.
But he wasn't letting them leave, and
all this sort of stuff.
Threatened them, and
Allegedly.
Right, sure.
Allegedly.
He did.
See, if I had that kind of money, I would have the merch crick just be the bitch handler. You handle the bitches.
He does have assistants.
And if you girls want to leave at any time, there's the door, okay?
But
here's how much money you make a week, and if you got any complaints, go see the merch crick.
The pizza boxes there's only a couple of those pizza places in a certain area of Romania, so they tracked him down based on that.
And I mean, is he done? Is he? I
don't know. It's kind of weird because he always brags about how in bed he is with the mafia. He has all these amazing connections and he can get anything done. It's well, how is this railroading you right now?
He's a BS artist, is what it is.
That's why. So I don't know. I like a lot of what he says. He's a funny guy. I think he's a character, and people hate him, and I like provocateurs.
He's a caricature of himself to make himself more marketable.
Well, of course.
Just like Bubba is, hyper Bubba in the studio, and he's a little, more of a normal, professional, loving, honest, dear friend outside the studio.
Sure.
It's there's a little
making
bit
turn up the volume,
making me blush, Muffy.
Yeah.
Muffy. But Andrew Tate is a real fighter. His dad was a world champion chess player, which means he's obviously smart. When you hear Andrew Tate discuss things, he talks about things very intelligently.
Yeah.
It's like Mike Tyson. He talks about stuff.
He talks
about stuff in a smart way.
So I ended up tweeting about this tweet, and I posted my call.
Well,
on this,
those of us who have Twitter,
Dan
Diaco's got Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. So you tweeted about this?
Yeah.
Did you get trolled out?
I got trolled out, but not by Thornburg.
By who'd you
get? Trolls, just trolls.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the way I parked my Ferrari.
You've had a couple posts that you've been kind of trolled about.
Yeah, that's all right. They can all F off.
Dan, can I make a suggestion as your boyfriend and one of your best friends, and just slightly older than you are, and has
Like 6
made,
weeks?
Yes, but has made these mistakes that you are about to make, stay off Twitter.
Yeah.
It is just not good. If I got our Twitter back, I swear to God, it would be only to promote or regurge what we're doing. I would not get involved. You don't seem like Blitz, even on our Facebook page and stuff like that, where I don't get into any type of. I don't engage people or anything like that.
I understand.
Like I used to.
I have a similar relationship with Twitter. It's gotten me in trouble a few times.
And I listen. When I had my Twitter, I would get in full blown yippee-yo meltdowns. You know, just full blown. I would
clapbacks.
Yeah.
It's really the clapbacks.
And then I would try to find out who you are, where you just try to just really not be cool. And I'm telling you, I don't think that's why they took it away from me. But nonetheless, if I did get my Twitter back, I mean, I have ways to communicate with people. I mean, people leave snide-ass comments on our Facebook and YouTube comments, and I either block you or just ignore you. I do not engage. I do not.
I treat it like a parade.
You engage, Dan. I've seen.
I
you do.
Now. I've stopped now.
When? Yesterday?
No, I treat it like a parade. Like I'm going to wave and say what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to keep going down the parade. I'm not going to look back.
Dan, when's the last time you engaged? It's been at least less than a week ago.
No, it's been a couple weeks.
No, I would say because I've
Lummy,
followed.
I want you to be honest. I want you to put your two fingers up like a Boy
Please.
Scout. Put your two fingers up like a Boy Scout and be honest on this testimony now.
I'll be honest.
To the guy that you are most loyal to, your boss, the guy that writes your paycheck, the guy that made you
my daddy,
co-host. Don't call me daddy.
Okay, sorry.
Papa. That's creepy.
Yeah. Papa would be even. Only Anna can call me Papa. Yeah, that's it.
Father.
And she can only say it in that manner.
Father.
Just your, I am your radio sensei.
Fear.
You are.
Who would ever thought a guy? I mean, when you were growing up, you think anybody would have been able to say, you know what, Warren Garrison's going to be a big time radio co-host? They'd be like, that box of rocks can't even spell cat.
They can't talk.
Please,
he don't talk too good.
That guy's dumb.
But you are my radio
So
sensei.
put your two fingers up or three fingers up like a Boy Scout, like you're telling the truth.
Like an Eagle Scout.
Like an Eagle Scout. And testify when is the last time
he's got three fingers up.
Put three fingers up like an Eagle Scout, and you're gonna say, I, Warren, reporting to my radio sensei Bubba, the last time Dan got into a full blown heated engagement on Twitter was because you follow Dan.
Yes.
So I want you to keep those fingers up like an Eagle Scout. Go ahead and tell me.
I, Warren, will let my radio sensei father know
the truth and nothing but the truth.
The truth and nothing but the truth.
And will not be influenced by Dan sitting right beside you.
And I will not be influenced by
who
Dr.
fixed
Dan.
your face. You'd have a
Yes.
big scar on your face, look like Frankenstein had he not fixed you.
As he stares me down right now.
Yeah, do not look at him.
I'm not.
Do not look at him.
From Fowler.
Do not look at him.
Who's threatening me right now. But I will tell you the truth, my radio sensei.
Mm-hmm.
It has been since January about 29th.
Hell yeah, that's a month.
He actually has taken February off this month of getting into fights.
Really? Get him the water bottle.
Thank you.
Good job.
But that is the truth, Bubba, with my three fingers up.
Okay.
I'm a parade, man. I wave and I keep going down the street.
Well, then obviously one of his brothers got to him before I did. and so, am I not right, Danny? Somebody had gotten to you and told you to back it down a notch.
Well,
yes or no?
To be honest with you, do you know who has been my Twitter whisperers more than anyone else? Blitz and Lummy.
Really?
Yep.
Thank you.
They've kept me out of trouble.
Well, that's a pretty good,
They've talked me off the ledge a couple times, and they told me how to kind of like look at it, and so that's why, like I said, instead of being like my head on a swivel, looking at everybody that says anything about me in any way whatsoever, I'm on a parade. I'm going to say what I'm saying. I'm going to throw my beads out. If you catch them, you catch them. If they hit you in the face, suck it. I'm going to keep going down the parade.
Or if you're a hot chick and you're a St. Pete cop and you just got some new knockers, maybe you can flash me them.
Yeah, hello.
One of the two.
Hey.
I'm throwing out beads. On my big ass float, and if you want my beads, grab them. If you don't, let them hit the ground.
Yep.
And if you throw them back, I'll duck.
Right.
And if you're a hot-looking chick, show me your tees.
Please.
There you go. And if you got small tees, I can give you big tees.
And I love the energy.
Right. So there you go. So Dan, I'm just going to tell you, just learn from your boyfriend.
I have.
I made horrible mistakes of engagement.
I understand.
And it's just, and really at that point, and Tom Bean tried to sit me down and be like, buddy, you've got to stop.
Yeah.
Like, Tom, let me tell you something. I'm not going to stop, man. I'm just saying, they have no right to say that. Okay, you know. Me impersonating myself is horrible. What's the worst impersonation you do of myself?
Yeah, I'm going to do.
Listen, Tom, it's my Twitter. I do what I want. Tom, say what tell them where that guy works. Say, put pictures of his kid being fat. Everything. I'm just telling you, Bubba. It's just you shouldn't be doing that, man. It should be a one-way deal. You can talk to them and they can talk to you, but you don't respond. That makes you more powerful. And then Tom would show me like these little memes that showed the lion like up on top of a hill and these stupid ass little sheep. Like lion doesn't mess with those stupid ass sheep down there. Be a lion.
Yeah.
But Tom, I want to be a sheep.
Tom, I like sheep. Got 2 sheeps out back. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, the only thing I can imitate is like a black guy imitating me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, pray tell, my friend.
It's just me talking.
Talk like a black guy.
I'm just talking like a black guy talking like me, trying to imitate me.
Okay.
I can only imitate a black guy imitating me.
We're riveted.
It's just me talking.
So I mean, I'm like, I just did an impersonation of myself. So your only impersonation that you can do is a black man imitating you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, we needed a high spot going into commercials. Let's hear it.
Just me talking. I'm so afraid to imitate any ethnicity talking about anything because of the cancellation that the only thing I can talk about is someone trying to be, people trying to imitate white guys.
I know, and again, we're riveted. Anna's over there with Anna's over there, hands folded, saying, "Man, I can't get this impersonation done fast."
Hey, help me get my dog Scooter to the veterinarian because he needs his 6-month shots. I mean, there's nothing.
Where's
there's
the black
nothing
guy?
You can do. That's what I'm saying. There's no black guy.
You just said you were going to be a black guy.
But I'm being a black guy imitating a white guy. Again, it's just me white.
But it's the worst impersonation ever of a black guy.
I know. That's why I don't do them.
You're white?
I'm sort of white.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Dude, that was a really good impersonation.
No, but the point is, there's nothing to change.
Big E7375, $50 cash PayPal. You should go out. You should definitely take that on the road.
Imitate someone else imitating
Danny,
me.
come here.
Yes, coming.
I can't impersonate the black guy, but I am one. What's up, Caviar? Thanks for saying my fingers are fat. Caviar.
Oh, okay.
Dick. My impersonation of what, Xerxes? We toted. Good morning. Wish you 2 caviar tacos. My impersonation of a dumbass. Hello. Good morning, Big E7375. Bubba's back. Taco again. Good morning, Alex Collins. Taco Tuesday. Good morning, Jamie Fenn. Hope you had a good birthday yesterday. Organic Gene, good morning. Caviar, why don't you get them? Let's go down to by the corner and get your Girl Scout cookies, Caviar. Are they? Way better, Jamie. Good morning, Carla Marson.
Did we hit over 1,000?
Not
No.
yet. We were at 989.
That's on you, Lummy.
Hi guys. Well, no, because they were disappointed in Dr. Dan's impersonation. Scruffy the Turtle, and we got a couple. Morning, Skiz Eater. Andrew Gregorash, good morning.
Fish on the J. I mean, am I ever going to get any fucking fish?
Didn't you see the GOAT report, Bubba? You could see all the big fish going by. 5 minutes in. It was a memorable day.
No, I can't.
The shadows were going by. Good morning, JB. Organic Gene, he's my witness. Or Raymond Foyer. Dr. Dan's Bloomin' Onion Maker.
Yeah, like, tell people to start hitting like.
Yeah, hit the like button, guys.
Does that do something for the algae?
Yeah. I mean, the views are good, but if you have no likes, then it doesn't matter. The next food review will be up Thursday, legally, Pablo.
What?
They were asking when your next food review was. I told them Thursday.
What?
The food review?
Yeah?
They were just asking when the next one was. Thursday.
Oh.
Every Thursday.
I gotta edit it.
Legally Pablo. You hear caviar tacos? For JB. I don't want to take it every time. These are going to really fast, so if we miss it, maybe I'll do it. Oh yeah, dude, before the corner. I'm gonna go get in and check in here.
No chat.
Dr. Dan Rocco.
Sorry, Jeff took a lip. Gift cards. Say what were they? Gift cards.
I have to fuck with my mom so bad.
Poor mom. Your poor man.
Guy was lucky you get that surprise from Liz.
I didn't say anything, but mouth to south.
Brian Payne. Brian from Philly, love me.
Thank you, Brian Payne Sr. Linda Lingerber. Supposed to go report. Straight Mike Jerkins.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. This show, the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BETTER, BetterHelp.com, BetterHelp, BETTERHELP.com.
/BTLS.
The /BTLS is very important. You know, sometimes being your best is having a better understanding as to what's going on and understanding various situations. And if you're thinking about starting online therapy, you might want to give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be very convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. And the only thing you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire, and they're going to match you with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time, for no additional charge, and it's very, 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 very seamless and carefree. Like, you can do it very, very quickly. Discover your potential and the better you through BetterHelp.com.
/BTLS.
Visit BetterHelp.com /BTLS and get 10% off your first month. That's BETTERHELP, BetterHelp.com
/BTLS
for more information. Thank you. Today is the last day of the month. We just had Brian from Philly, I think. Let me throw in 25. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Oh, yes.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, with the Big E 7375 $50 super chat.
So, Dan, you're surgery all day today, right?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
In the office.
Tuesday.
All right, so I'm going to swing by there today.
Okay, awesome.
And, well,
stir up some trouble.
I like to go right to your office, hang out a little bit.
Turn machines on, go through the cabinets.
I don't like waiting in the waiting room. I like to just walk in and go right to your office. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Right.
You have an open invite.
Thank you. That's so cool. Anna, do you know, Anna, when you got your ear drained, we give Dan a hard time, but deep down we love him. Do you know how cool it is to have
I told probably
full-blown
4
doctor?
independent people, and they're just like, you are so lucky to have Dan.
Almost a goddamn rock star or like an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and it's not lost on me, Dan.
Because the average person...
We had a whole conversation on how much we love Dan.
Yeah.
She gave me cookies today.
But listen to this, man. Here's the average person. Cookies?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Anna got me cookies today. Can I share them?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
She didn't get you cookies. She made you cookies.
She made me cookies.
Yeah, you selfish
What
wedge.
are they?
They look like...
They are...
Read the note, Dan. Read the note. Dan, you got to read... I mean...
he's that guy that doesn't read the card.
He is. He's that guy. He's that guy doesn't read the card, goes right for...
Yeah.
Whatever, the meat. Can you read the card there, Gramps?
Yes. Dan, thank you for saving my ear and my relationship. Always grateful for all you do. Anna.
I didn't know that there was a blitz repair involved. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, because I'm not dating no chick with cauliflower ear.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
I think that you've been very upfront about that too, Blitz.
Yeah, and
bitch, you get cauliflower ear, I'm out.
Boundary understood.
I'm going to the co-ed pool.
I'm going to UT.
Start playing pickleball, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, do you know how cool it is? Most people, the average person, let's say Anna, the average girl at your, Gracie, Tampa, gets a little hematoma, blood, fluid buildup in their ear. And they're like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? Well, they go to their they either go to an emergency clinic.
They got to make an appointment.
And then you got to go, once you get there, you got to fill out all this paperwork, show your ID, and then they schlep you in a waiting room for 25, 30 minutes. And then a nurse comes and takes your blood pressure and does thank you. Oh, they look, I took the biggest one. Oh, Anna, they look.
Do you want me to tell you what they are?
Yeah, what are they?
They are a...
I might not eat them if they smell a little oatmeal-y.
There's no oatmeal in there. Yeah, I'm trying to make friends here. It's a cinnamon cookie, and then there's pretzels, and then I put 3 different types of chocolate chips: white chocolate, semi-sweet, and milk chocolate. Pretty good, right?
Not made with any of that vegan crap
stuff.
No,
no kale flour, nothing like that.
It's delicious.
Good.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you.
They sound delicious.
I like.
Do you want one?
Blitz probably already had them.
Oh,
Blitz ate the dough.
Yeah, he did.
No, I haven't had
Blitz,
any.
I'll run them to you at the break.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it.
Your girlfriend didn't even care to get you any.
No, she didn't.
Selfish.
Oh, man.
Oh, you better tighten up.
It's part of the course.
Yeah.
You better tighten up.
That's horrible.
Whatever happens, Anna, like if whatever happens if you two break up.
Another 4 years of drought.
Yeah.
No.
Crying on my end.
No, like how uncomfortable is it going to be over here?
With all the stories from Blitz
Yeah.
about all the UT chicks he's
Yeah,
banging.
that's should be.
Because I'm going to keep you both. I'm not going to get rid of you.
Yeah,
Right.
I might run away, but
You might run away.
Not kidding.
You might know. You might know.
It's not a joke. I'm glad you think it is.
No, like I mean, like, would you no show or would you at least?
I don't
let
know.
me
I might quit. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I've thought about it.
Would you really quit?
I don't
do
know.
Forrest Gump and run to San Diego.
I mean,
No, for real. Let's
I
say
would
you
not be able to be on the show for a while, at least. Probably ever. I don't think it's healthy when you break up to like keep seeing that person over and over again. I think that mess you up.
Wow.
I've never done that before.
Good cookie.
When I've ever had a breakup, it's I never see that person again, ever again.
Yeah, but imagine I have to work with him and be on the air with him.
That's what I'm saying.
And hear stories.
Correct. So.
I'd be like, hey, Blitz, let's make believe now, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Blitz.
Yeah.
What'd you do this weekend, Bob?
3 blondes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Those 2 that you showed me?
Uh-huh.
And then another one I didn't see?
Yeah. A third kicker, yeah. Why not?
Combined age of 54.
Can you give me an age range on the 3? Average age of the 3?
I mean, I made sure they were at least 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they all added up to
Oh my
55
God.
years.
I mean,
Right.
was it pretty hot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like next break, can you get me down the kitchen? Give me the details.
Sure.
I'll show you pictures too.
Oral.
Oh, of course.
Please. Well, together, to individual, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I mean, was it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday deal?
It was a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then, hey, Anna, what'd you do this weekend?
Cried.
I cried.
Played with my cat.
Cried and decided maybe quit my job.
Yep.
You wouldn't quit this job.
I don't know what I would do.
Anna, what would you? Okay, let's just say you quit. You and Blitz break up. You're freaked out. I sit you both down and I said, listen, I think we can get through this. You know?
You don't understand. Like, I will be like very emotionally unstable. It's not like
That's the best.
I would hate him.
I can't sign that Anna up fast enough.
No, you don't want to see that.
But,
But hold on. But then I go, listen, Anna. So what would you, Anna? Like, I know you.
I don't know.
I know you like this job.
I do.
And
more than any job I could ever dream of.
Okay,
honestly.
so like, what are you gonna
your dream job.
go apply at the go apply at the Wing House?
My first and only dream job.
The Wing House.
I mean, like
Dr. Dan
what are you
first?
doing?
I don't know.
And
Work
hold
at
on.
Starbucks.
And old school, like Dan's not going to hire you because it would be disrespectful to Blitz, so he's not going to hire you.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
she might
just,
as well have leprosy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Hey,
know.
some of my exes have tried to go back in and get some Dan Diaco, and Dan says, nope. Not even Botox from a nurse that I'm not even if I'm not.
Just had to live with your cauliflower ear.
I know.
Yeah. So Anna, I hope you two don't break up.
Yeah,
because,
me too.
I mean,
that'd suck.
That'd be the end of Blumble too.
Well, I mean,
the show, or that would be a great show.
No, them not dating.
Yeah,
they're like just angry at each other for 2 hours.
Welcome to Blumble.
Puts a huge smile on his face.
I know. Why couldn't you just be like super studly about it? Be like, yeah, me and Blitz broke up, piece of shit. I don't like him anymore. I'm gonna go get me a new man.
Very sensitive soul, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
And you're like, I got me a guy. Looks like Jimmy Cleavis now.
But I don't though. Like I have like many years between relationships. I don't hop around from guy to guy. I can't. I'm a weirdo.
Then good. Then
not
so
compatible with a
for
lot of
as
people.
long as I remain on the air, which would be about another maybe 7 years, that'd be just about how long it takes for you to heal. So the whole time could be a healing process. So by the time I retire, you're ready to jump back into the dating pool, and then you're no longer on the show anyway because there is no show.
Yeah, healing with Hummel.
So anyway, the average person that doesn't have Dr. Dan Diaco as a co-host or a boyfriend like we do has to schlep down to the deal. And Dan, just to the convenience clinic, what do you think that would have cost?
Well, the problem is, if she'd gone to a urgent care, they wouldn't have drained it.
No.
They'd have just left it alone. They'd be like, yeah, you'll be okay.
Or put her on some antibiotics or something to dry it up inside.
Nothing. There's no way they'd have stuck a needle in that thing.
Right.
I'm like the only guy that would have done that.
Right. So
I was a big girl about it too.
You were.
Thank you.
So
I knew the camera was rolling.
But Danny,
how to behave.
So where could she have gone to have gotten the relief that she needed in what you did? Harold Bean, 25 on the Cash App. Thank you, Harold. Last day of the month.
If she had gone to a big boy emergency room like Tampa General or St. Joe's, maybe a plastic surgeon would have come down and drained it. But again.
That's going to an emergency room.
Right, which is super expensive, super long. It would have taken hours for the plastic surgeon's silly ass to show up. And he still may not have drained it.
Or she could just, no Dan Diaco, walk in there like the pimp bitch that she is, and you stick her, and she's done in 8 minutes.
Yep.
It was incredible.
It was fast.
It was so fast, and thank you for making time for me because I know you're a busy man.
You're welcome.
Man,
it was fun.
It makes me nervous to go to the office sometimes and watch him work because he just is shot out of a cannon.
Why does it make you nervous?
Because I'm just like, I want him to slow down a little bit and enjoy.
I know.
But he's like, boom, boom. He's in one room doing both. He's in one room doing this. He's in one room over there. And then he, as this one girl's numbing in this one room, he's over here doing this other room. And then he's, I mean, at any one time, you might have four rooms going, right, Dan?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I have 4 rooms going.
He's doing like 8 hours of cardio a day.
Yeah, no wonder you're in shape.
I do walk. On office days, I probably walk 12,
and you do
13,000 steps.
Quickly. You're not like, you don't just go.
No, you don't walk like I walk.
He's
like
not a casual
I walk
walker.
like a snuffleupagus. You walk fast.
I'm a speed walker. I'm like the Olympic walkers.
Yeah.
Swiveling my hips.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you, Dan, for taking such good care of us,
You're
my
welcome.
friend.
You're welcome. I'm happy to.
How are the cookies?
They were amazing.
Really good.
Anna, you didn't. Not good for my zip diet, but
okay.
Anna, needless to say, you didn't like put like 3 or 4 back aside on a little plate for your man.
She made a little plate for Rhett, but just not for Blitz.
You didn't make a little plate for Blitz?
Well, I mean, they're for Dan, and I just thought, Dan could do with the cookies what he wants to do with the cookies.
Well, I'm a sharer.
He wants to share if he doesn't want to share.
Bubba, don't you think it'd be cool to at least put one in a bag and be like, hey, Blitz, I saved one for you just in case Dan doesn't hand
If
them
I
out.
was your girlfriend, Blitz, okay?
Yeah.
And I had made some cookies for Dan, and
Why do I always
I would have
everything up?
I would have put a couple. I would have put like 2 or 3 in a Ziploc bag and be like, "Hey, honey, these are what I'm giving Dan later today. But here, I want you to try them. Tell me what you think about them." Then I would have used you as a guinea pig because if you would have put them over, I'd be like, "Yeah, they're good."
I got to be honest. I thought that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
are you nonetheless, Blitz? Are you? I mean, be honest. I know that you don't like to admit, but I would say that your feelings are probably somewhat hurt. I mean, come on.
No, but like I knew she was making them. I talked to her last night about it, and I just assumed, like, hey,
You
there'd
think
be
the
one or
merch
two
crick
for
would
me.
roll down here with cookies for Dan?
Dan
if Big
would've got
Papa
two.
Dan would have.
10.
I would have gotten 10, and he would have gotten
Yes.
4.
On a plate that says B plus E and a heart.
Yeah, exactly. With an
I go through your trash.
Yeah.
I see what's in there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I roll. That's how I train my bitches. You're to write him little notes that says, B plus A and heart.
No, I've never seen that actually.
Never. It's you, Anna. Do you write little nice notes like saying "I love you, Chris," anything like that? Or are you just a stone cold hard bitch?
You notes? I don't think.
Do you
I
write
really
like
do.
little notes saying "love you," "miss you,"
Sounds
"good
like
morning"?
Sounds like a no.
Sounds like a big solid zip.
I think I'm hearing crickets right now. I don't.
Anna.
He didn't even get a cookie, Bubba. He
Anna.
didn't even get a cookie.
Am I the worst girlfriend ever?
Yeah,
Is
you
he gonna
might
break
be.
up with me, then I'll cry?
You might be a bad girlfriend for real.
Oh,
Speaking of
No, hold
handwritten
on. You
notes.
might be a pretty kind of full of yourself, narcissistic, bad girlfriend. For real, I'm not even trying to go there, but I'm going there.
Hold on, because wait, but you were on the phone with her while she was making these cookies, right?
She was getting we were talking about her going to cook them. Yes.
So you knew about
she was
it.
at her house last night.
Oh, but
Yeah.
you knew about it.
Yes.
And then okay.
So she's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, babe, I'm making some cookies for Dan."
And I even said I can't wait to try them, thinking hey, she'll at least save me one.
This morning, Anna, you should have had a Ziploc for at least 2 or 3 of them. And when you came in, like you do, you should have said. And you guys do a little smooch like you guys do. You should have said, "Here, I made Dan a batch, but I wanted to give a couple to you before I hooked Dan up." And then he would have been back on their snack. And you know
right.
what? You're so stupid because if they sucked, you could have taken your side during one of the speed breaks and gone, "Hey, babes, those are not that good."
So what am I going to do? Give them to Dan and then take them back?
Hold on. Did you try them last night?
Me?
No, Anna.
No,
I wasn't over at her house.
I
know where she
didn't.
lives.
I just made them all for Dan. And then left because I had to go to
You just don't
jujitsu.
think. You just don't think.
Didn't roll, though. Didn't roll.
You just don't think.
I know.
You live in your own little Anna world.
I do. I'm
I don't
sorry.
even know if you're ready for a boyfriend.
Well, we just had our 1-year anniversary, so that's awkward.
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying, like, I'm not trying to stick up for my guy or nothing.
Sorry,
but
I'm sorry I let everyone down.
Yeah, you let all of us down on how you're treating your boyfriend.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Blitz.
Sorry.
You should be treated better.
Write you a note that says I'm sorry.
You won't write a note.
You won't write a note.
Yeah, well, I got pen and paper now.
Speaking of notes, Bubba, did you get a note from someone in my office?
No.
Because someone in my office wrote you a handwritten note.
Who was supposed to deliver it? How was I supposed to get it?
It's supposed to be mailed, so I guess it just hasn't come yet in the mail.
Oh.
I think Emily did.
Yes.
Yes. No. Emily did.
Okay.
And I got it like a week ago.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh my God, you wouldn't believe how well we're doing with the Ozempic deal." I think it's right before she went on vacation.
Right.
And she sent me. Yes, I did get one.
She's like, do you think he like? What kind of wine does he like? I'm like, Bubba don't drink no wine.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what Bubba would appreciate? You taking the effort and writing out a thank you note.
Exactly. Like that would
is
be
something that he would appreciate
or
more
Longhorn.
than
You
any
could have
silly
thrown in the
bottle.
Longhorn gimmick, or now Culver's.
I mean, despite the past 10 minutes, the person that I know that's absolutely the best at that is Anna.
Yeah, I write thank you notes.
You do?
Except to her boyfriend.
But not I love you notes.
But I tell him thank you and nice things.
Okay. That's all right.
Okay,
Sometimes
sorry.
a little something different. So
Blitz,
you're right.
Blitz plays hard ass, but having a couple cookies this morning prior to having to celebrate them with Dan. Hold on, Blitz having to get his cookies through Dan wasn't as cool as it would have been if you would have given them to him earlier today.
Right.
Just some man law for you.
Listen,
how we're
I
wired.
welcome all criticism, and I appreciate
us
it.
guys are
So I'm
completely
just trying
wired.
to improve as a person and a girlfriend.
Good. And so as a girlfriend, as a person, know that us
'Cause I
guys
don't know how to act right sometimes.
No, you don't. You don't know how to
clearly
act
not.
right. And so as a guy, the way us guys are wired is
Yeah.
when you are gifting another guy something, and it's not inappropriate, but something that this person has done nice for you.
Right.
It's and you've made the effort to bake something.
Yes.
Especially like cookies. If it was like a cake, I get it. Like don't cut a piece of cake off for
like
me.
you couldn't have one little. You couldn't have given Dan like a 3/4 cake slivered out.
I understand that.
I'm sorry, Dan. Blitz got the first little piece, but the rest. But when you're making individual things like cupcakes, cookies,
Dan, if in that box there was one less cookie, would you ever notice?
No.
Nope. Yeah, exactly.
It's missing a cookie.
And Blitz had to watch me, Bubba, and Dan enjoy the cookies.
I know.
Yeah, he's like, man, my bitch just did me dirty.
Yeah, I did. Listen, I'm sorry. Blitz, I'm sorry I let you down.
He's cool with it.
Hope you forgive me.
He's just trying to.
She still hearts you, Blitz.
Oh God.
Blitz is he's
I don't know. He's upset, Bubba.
She's giving you the Hamlin heart.
Oh, that's even. You know what? You're adding insult to injury.
What is the Hamlin heart?
It would just
I thought this is just regular heart.
It would just be better just to let it go at this point.
Okay, sorry.
The only thing that's going to heal this is
a black
time.
football player thing.
The only thing that's going to heal this is time. And don't try to whip up some special cookies
I was
tonight
just
now.
thinking about that.
Some makeup cookies. No.
I was like, what do I have?
Hey, I'm Blitz's union rep, and I'm telling you that ain't working either. All of a sudden, I got cookies for you, bitch.
Right.
Those are sympathy cookies, bitch, because you screwed up on the other ones.
Pity cooks.
Midweek next week, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Some cookies that are just for him.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Okay.
And
Bring me some of that taco dirty broccoli, man. That's all I want.
there you go. Taco dirty broccoli.
Yeah,
I don't
that'll
know
do 'em. Simple
if
as
that's
some
your
broccoli.
code word for vagina or not.
It
But
sure is.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Give me some of that taco dirty broccoli.
Have you had it?
No.
It's so fucking good. All right, do your
I'm
thing.
gonna deliver these cookies
All
to
right, yeah.
to Blitz
Thank you for
cookies.
being the girlfriend I couldn't
Fucking
be.
bitch. What a bad girlfriend.
I'm sorry.
Say it, Lummy.
She's a bad girlfriend. I feel bad. I feel bad now. Feel bad. Try to do something nice and I fuck it up. It's on brand, I guess.
Yeah, it pretty much is on brand.
Yeah, you try and you just fuck it up.
My God, it wasn't hard. Couldn't get in there and scrape it out. That's something in the operating room.
Oh, I'm sending you messages now.
Oh, these cookies are good. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome, Blitz. Anything for you, Muffy. Because I appreciate you. I heart you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Somebody hurts you.
Are you mad at me?
Should be.
Not at all.
Yeah, it made it better.
You see what Dark Matt Steve said?
No.
He said, if you were his girlfriend, he'd turn gay.
And
I thought Jewish girlfriends do a lot of blowjobs on the front side.
Oh, God.
At least that's the ones from Duke did.
I'll call you back later. I'll call you back later, Dark Match Steve.
Oh, no. What, Mario? Sometimes I choose to ignore. I know, Dark Match. You're good. I know, Big Red.
It was funny, Dark Match. We all giggled.
I wish I could hate on these cookies, though.
They're pretty good.
The cookies are delicious. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's that kale flour.
The kale flour that I use? What was that?
Did you cry into the cookie batter?
Not yesterday.
Okay.
But I have people left.
The only salt I have is from my tears.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's salty tears are worth money.
Yeah.
The guy made so much money from it. I don't know why everything's being
Did he,
vilified. Huh?
Did he make money?
You don't think they kept? You think he lost all his rights to it? He made 200 movie appearances. That's how he made his money from it.
Oh, okay.
It put him on the map.
He
became the quintessential Indian.
Right.
Native American. He looks white to me.
He doesn't look white.
I mean, just because he has
looks
like
like
braided hair, but
Native
like,
American.
His name is probably like Steve Jones.
yeah, like that's a white guy. Just go like that.
It's not a
Freaking
white
white
guy.
guy.
And
It's
white
like
guys can't
Dan
cry
30
like
years from now.
White guys can't cry like that.
That's Dan 30 years from now.
Yep.
That's Dan at 87.
Yep, I'm gonna be doing indigenous people commercials. I want my reparations. By the way, we're talking about giving $5 million to black guys in San Francisco.
Yeah.
We're giving $5 million to the Indians that we killed and took over their entire.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get into that next. You should, bitch, slap that bitch right on down. Just slap her down.
So Jamie Flynn. A1C's pretty low, but 5'10", 345. It's big. No, but you should lose weight. You'll be happier. Somebody in chat. What's up? What's up? Mark watches YouTube. What's up, Sustained Redneck? Good morning. Oh, Mario, they put the sauce after the cheese so that the sauce doesn't make the dough soggy. It gets crisper. You get a crisper shell that's cooked. And get the soggy pizza dough. And the cheese holds the sauce in place, so you don't have to like turn up the edges either. If you just pour just pour heavy gravy on top of a pizza dough and then put it in the oven, it's never gonna rise the way you want it to. We don't do testosterone replacement.
I think his bumhole is the worst to wear.
Interesting Napa Mike. I did use a Presto pizza maker for the frozen pizzas.
You don't use the air fryer anymore?
For frozen pizzas, no, I use the Presto pizza maker. It's easier. The air fryer is square. It's not big enough.
I've heard some people say the air fryer's pretty good, but
It's got to be the right one. It's got to be like a pizza air fryer. We already have two of them. I don't need a third one.
who's the Presto one?
Presto's awesome. You did get sauce in every bite.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Right now, I have some NHRA tickets. I got a pair of NHRA Gator National tickets that I'll give to, I don't know, just call me, 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. And it's any day you want to go, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, so it's your pick. 813-90-BUBBA. I know we're about a minute behind, so within probably a minute from now, my phone lines will be blowed up. I got quite a few, so you don't necessarily have to be the first or the fifth. I'm just going to answer the phone. We're going to BS a little bit. You might get them, you might not.
No Bubba trivia?
I don't know. Maybe Bubba trivia. 813-90-BUBBA. It's happening March 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. It's a 4-day show. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know Blitz will be there. Don't know about Dan, but Dan said he might be there.
Oh, come on, Dan. You got to come at least for a day.
I'm going to come for a day, at least.
Yeah, you got to go watch your buddy Tony Stewart.
So you got to meet Tony.
I can't wait.
Hello, who's this? Again, 813-90-BUBBA. I can't assure that I'm going to give in to you. I'm just going to do a little Q&A, see if I like you, if you sound likable, where you live.
Those are packed.
Who's this?
This is Florida Audio in chat.
Hi.
Florida Audio.
Florida Audio. How you doing?
Good, man. From Ocala. My shop's right next to Northgate Diner. Listen to the show a bunch of times.
Oh, you mean now the old Northgate Diner or the new one?
The new Northgate Diner.
Yeah.
Same owner, though.
Yeah, same woman who owns it. I forget her name, but she's the best. That's the best little mom and pop place ever, with that little car wash right across the street.
Yes,
Do you ever come to my track?
Absolutely. Been there a few times, boss. Actually, I was there. I born and raised in Ocala, so I used to go there when I was growing up before you even owned it. But
right.
Big time listener. Been listening to you since probably around 2016.
I got tickets for you, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. Thank you, boss.
All right, let me get. All I need is their email and their phone number.
All right,
that's it.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll have Lummy do it. Or Blitz, or you? I mean,
no, that's fine. I just told Lummy because you earlier you said name and email, so you need phone number too. I didn't tell Lummy earlier.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Just name, email, and phone number.
Okay.
Hello.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Did I win some tickets?
Well, I don't know yet. I mean, I'm just.
Why do you need tickets?
Yeah, tell me why you need tickets. Where do you live, first of all, and how do you listen to us?
Clearwater. I listen on your app.
On the Bubba Army app. Okay, well that makes me feel good. And what do you do for a living, sir?
I drive a recycle truck for St. Pete.
Fantastic. Yes, indeed, you do have tickets, my friend. Hold on. Line 2 is a winner as well. Hello.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, calling about the Gator National tickets.
Yeah, the NHRA Gator Nationals, March 9 through the 12th. By the way, Thursday I'll have Alexis, DeJoria?
Yep.
She'll be on the air about 9:15 via a Zoom interview. I think Ron Capps next week. We had Tony Stewart on last week. Where do you live, sir?
Santa Rosa Beach, Florida.
All right, and by what means do you listen to us? How do you get the show?
Florida Man Radio.
Florida Man Radio. Oh, are you up there like near Fort Walton Beach?
Yes.
Oh, you just stole my heart, my friend. Yes, I have tickets for you, too. Hold on. So it looks like everybody's a winner so far.
Lummy's locked up on the first caller still.
Well, he's
right.
It'll take a while.
I think we're good for now. We can give more
Name
later.
Hello.
Or not.
Hello?
He's on now. See, now he's on line 2, so he's officially getting through. Danny, my workers aren't as efficient as yours or as smart. Okay, thanks, especially him. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, I'm calling to see if I can get some NHRA tickets.
Sure. What's your name? Just your first name.
Mike.
Mike, where do you live?
Pensacola.
Pensacola. Do you listen to us on Florida Man Radio, or by what means do you get the show?
Florida Man Radio every
Florida
day.
Man Radio. Yes, I do got tickets for you. Hold on. Blitz looks like I'm going to blow through these.
I would hold on.
I got 10 pair.
Well, okay.
So if I just give, I'm just going to give one more set, and then everybody else needs to quit calling me. Stop calling me on the phone, you mother effers. Here, this is what the.
Stop calling me on the phone, you mother.
Hi, who's this? Hello?
Hi, this is Mike here. You just talked to me a minute ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lummy will be right to you. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Blitz, I'm a little rusty on my phone calls. Okay, I haven't gone to the phone lines a lot.
All right. Well, I think we've got plenty of time to give more away. We could maybe like promote it and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna promote it every day. All right. So, hey, listen, I don't have any more tickets this very second. But listen tomorrow and the rest of the week, and I'll have some more. Okay.
Will do. Thanks.
Oh no, hold on, that was a girl.
Oh, too bad. Bye bye.
It's me. It's Tease.
Oh, it's Tease. Okay, Tease, keep listening. Okay.
Will do, man.
Thanks, Tease.
Thanks, Tease. Sister girl.
I'm sorry I don't have any more tickets, but I'll have some more later this week. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye, buddy. So polite, even when they lose. Hello.
Hello.
Yep, it's Bubba.
Hey, this is Jim. I'm calling about the ticket.
Yeah, Jim, I don't have any more for today, but I'll have some later this week, okay, buddy? I overextended myself.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, yeah. Everybody's all mad. And I'll get a hold of Josh. Maybe I'll get some more.
Okay.
Dan was talking about this, and I'm going to talk about this and the Native American thing, too. Well, first of all, the Native American thing, we all grew up, Anna probably didn't grow up with it, but we all grew up with.
It was mainly in the 70s, but
Yeah.
it carried on for a while.
And that was a commercial. I probably can't play it because I'll get a YouTube violation. I mean, I'll get a copyright strike. But it was the Indian. It was the Native American, older Native American, and he was like canoeing through a river and walking through a creek, and it was all very beautiful. And then like this car full of white people throw some garbage at his feet on the highway, and he starts crying. And it's like the Native American, it's the Indian that cries.
I mean, everybody knew it as the Crying Indian. That's what it was called.
Right. Well, supposedly now.
It was iconic as a commercial.
It really
It
was.
really was.
It's
One
about
of, probably one of the 20 most important commercials of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was about, not littering and trying to keep, everything clean and everything like that. And it was very powerful. And so now they're going to retire that PSA. And now they're saying the rights to this commercial go now to a Native American group, but what's left to make on it?
They just want to repeal it and not play it anymore. They're buying it to bury it.
But what I'm saying is but they're giving the rights to him. I mean, they're giving the rights to this, Native American group, but they're not giving them any money or anything.
The Native American group acquired the rights to the commercial so that they can ensure that it won't be played anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
they bought it so they can bury it.
Yes,
that's the way I understood when I read the article.
We shouldn't have sold it. I mean, did they buy it?
Yeah.
Was there a transaction?
There's a transaction.
That's just screwing over the Native Americans even more.
Well, they think that they're protecting the Native Americans from profiling and
I got to tell you,
stereotypic.
I've been watching
depictions.
1923, Lummy, as you have been.
Yeah.
And could we have been, if 1923 is a honest depiction of how we treated Native Americans, we should be doing more for Native Americans.
Oh, 100%.
I know San Francisco wants to give
100%.
every black person $5 million. But, I mean, African Americans really are not indigenous to our country.
Mm-mm.
And we, the white man, took this country from the people that owned it.
Well, correct.
I believe we traded for a lot of it, didn't we?
Yeah, we gave them like 2 rocks for all of Montana. Mm-hmm.
And you think that they didn't steal land from each other,
Right.
like these warring tribes? Everyone likes to think that it's just like, just white people are greedy and evil. It's like, no, we just had guns.
That's-
I'm not going to say we.
Well,
they just had guns. That's how they
Civili-
took everything over.
Yeah, civilization has done this forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus, it doesn't help that they're only 2.9% of the population, too.
I'm surprised it's that much.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it's that much as well.
We really, we did them
Well,
dirty.
when Elizabeth Warren is a Native American,
we
suppose.
we would try. We would take their children from them and put them in camps and beat them and rape them and these children and kill them. I mean, right, Lummy? Like,
Yeah, that's what they show.
The Native American girls got pulled. In the 1923 series that we're watching, the Native American girls got pulled from their families and sent to this Catholic to this Catholic
it wasn't good, but
church. I mean, this Catholic school, and then they were beaten and raped.
They did the same thing with warring tribes. The Aztecs, I mean, they were Native Americans, but in Mexico, they were doing human sacrifices where they were pulling it, cutting out open, beating hearts and giving it to the gods. You don't think that was cruel?
Yeah.
But no one judges them because, that was part of their culture. Ooh.
So I have a couple theories on this. A couple opinions on this.
Over to the smartest guy that really knows what he's talking about. Sorry. We're over here just blabbing away. He really wants to say something that's smart.
What Anna's trying to say is that if you look at history for the last 2,000 or 3,000 years, pretty much every region in the world had competing elements that fought to the death for the rights to those areas of land because they were, producing food and shelter. So, if you think about it, the Romans conquered the Greeks, the barbarians conquered Rome, the Middle East changed
Crusades.
hands. The Middle East changed hands so many times from between Egypt and Turkey. That little area was conquered and reconquered, and they were made slaves. And then a couple centuries later, it would be reconquered by someone else, and those people were made slaves. And so that happened a lot. There's slavery today in Africa, in Northern Africa, in Morocco and Libya and those countries.
At Diaco Plastic Surgery Center?
Yeah, I have slaves. So
Abu Ghraib over there.
There are slaves currently today. And so I think it's very difficult to quantify the damages that today's society put on today's African Americans when you'd say, well, this is because of what happened over the last 100 years. Well, those people can't collect anymore. Just like if you have a malpractice case, there's a statute of limitations. There's a point where you can't collect anymore. So trying to fairly and objectively quantify some kind of compensation to either the American Indians, to African Americans that are here in America now, or to island people here in America now, or how about the Irish people that were brought here as indentured servants and had to work as slaves for 8 to 15 years before they were given a chance to not be a slave and still just be an indentured servant. So there's a lot of races that have been mistreated over the last 2,000 years. And it's impossible to fairly compensate each race for its own personal
And here's
pains.
the thing. San Francisco now, supposedly there's a bill or there's this hubbub where dating back to the 1960s, there's a committee, and there was an area called an area called the Fillmore District.
Yes,
and it was predominantly African American. Well, they knocked it down and demolished it, and all the nearly 883 businesses and 20,000 people, most of them African American, were all displaced and had to go find their own way.
They didn't just displace them, though. They bought them. It was eminent domain. They paid them. They all got paid. They all got some kind of compensation. And then
I didn't know that.
Out. Of course they did.
I didn't know that.
Of course they did. They're leaving that part out of the story. But that's how it works when the interstates came through middle America and had to go right through Uncle John's farm. He got paid. They all got paid. The only ones that didn't get paid were the Indians that were killed. They're the only ones that didn't get paid. The other,
they got some turquoise stones for it.
Yeah, maybe. And so, but I understand. What I think the American Indians have a much stronger argument for reparations than black people in America. However, some people say, well, our reparations today for the Native Americans has been allowing them to have casinos because they've made millions and millions and millions of dollars hosting casinos, but not all of them.
No, small group.
Just a small group. And not every person in the tribe benefits to the same level as some of the people in the tribe that organized the casino.
But the other half of that story is that you're having people who weren't responsible for these stolen resources paying for these, quote, stolen resources to people who had nothing stolen from them.
Right. Like, I didn't take anything from a black guy. I never had a black slave.
So why am I responsible
for it? Why should my dollars go towards reparations in America?
Yeah, the people of San Francisco, the people that live there now, they didn't do anything. And the African Americans that are, potentially going to get $5 million per person, they weren't displaced back in the 60s in the Fillmore district.
And then what if you're mixed race? You're just going to pay yourself?
And what about the 20 million Jews that were, rounded up and 6 million of which were killed by the Germans?
We can make Germany give each Jewish person some money.
$5 million. Why not? You know, that
to
was
compensate for all of the other instances of racial discrimination. The city's African American Reparations Advisory Committee recently recommended that qualifying black residents receive $5 million each in reparations. There wasn't a math formula, said Eric McDonald, whoever, chair of the Reparations Committee and the principal of Peacock Partners, a San Francisco-based consulting firm. That's who's making all the money right there. It was a journey for the committee towards that could represent the significant enough investment in families to put blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It honestly is ridiculous.
So the proposed reparations program is not to recompensate for slavery, which was never legal in San Francisco, but instead the committee's report says for public policy, here's why potentially every African American that qualifies in San Francisco could potentially get $5 million. The public policies explicitly created to subjugate black people in San Francisco by upholding and expanding the intent of and legacy of
chattel
slavery.
Okay.
What does that mean?
That's an inflammatory sentence. That's an inflammatory sentence that's saying that even though they weren't slaves, it was just as bad as slavery because they were following the same kind of mentality that treats the black people as second-class citizens, just like they were when they were slaves.
How can
and Mario? Because I know everything, bitch.
And how can a city afford this?
They can't. They can't. It eclipses their budget.
Well, they're going to get it from the federal government.
Right, which means they're getting it out of your pocket.
Well, similar to the federal grants that they're giving out for the racist roads.
Mm-hmm. The racist roads, the racist farms.
Well, Tampa just got $15 million for racist roads.
What's racist roads?
Racist roads? It came out when Buttigieg he came out and said that the highways and different things that cut up African American communities, the interstate, should be torn down. And
hey Alexa, what is racist roads?
Racism is the belief that groups of humans possess different behavioral traits.
Alexa,
you've never driven down KKK Lane?
No, I never have.
Oh.
So Buttigieg is saying...
Oh, this was a while ago. This was like a year ago.
So what's racist roads?
It's roads that split up African American communities, like the interstate, like 275. Tampa got where they're going to tear down Ashley Drive and an exit ramp and all that and try to reconnect the downtown area. They got like 39 or 20, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
40 million.
Because what? The roads are racist?
Yeah, I sent you an article from 2022. Racial equity in American roads.
Well, they used to use asphalt. Now it's they used to use concrete. Now it's asphalt.
So let me resend that to me. Racist roads, and so they're going to give. Now, is this money for road construction, or is this money
to tear down roads and kind of reconnect the neighborhoods?
Racial equity and American roads.
Equity's a dirty word.
You know they have animal crossings on big roads. They just want to make it so that people can cross these roads and that they don't divide neighborhoods. Is what they're saying.
Peter Buttigieg launches a $1 billion pilot to build racist equality in American roads. So, would it like if a road or something goes to an African American community and it separated a couple businesses or a couple families had to move out or something like that, they're going to build new roads so that it doesn't do that, or what?
Or they'll take them out and make like bike lanes so they connect. Like he used the example, I believe, in New York where there was a bridge that wasn't as high up, and the African American community couldn't get their buses to go to the beach, so they were going to take out that bridge. And so they could flow through it, like the one in Tampa.
Why couldn't we just say, "Hey, that bridge is too low for that bus to go, for most buses to go through here"? Why do we got to make it a white or black thing? Why do we got to say, because the African Americans buses? I'm sure there's some white people and some Asians.
I mean, are there African American buses?
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Why don't we just say?
I think, as far as I knew, anyone could ride a bus.
Right.
That was back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this bridge is too low for buses to go through. Why we got to make it a white or a black? I'm sure there were some different ethnicities other than African American on those buses, but I guess it doesn't sell as well with the people you're trying to get all churned up. If you call it, buses for the entire community, you want to make them African American buses, right? That gets people all fired up.
People are just so obsessed with rectifying every indiscretion of the past by people who didn't even commit them, and by people who weren't affected by that, directly. If you're still in poverty like 100 years later, some people got out of poverty. There's people like Kevin Hart, for example, who grew up in a bad neighborhood in Philadelphia and pulled himself out of poverty. Is he going to get $5 million too from some middle class white guy?
What about someone
because he's owed it?
What about someone that maybe just moved from Africa to the States a few years ago?
I would hope you would at least have to prove lineage to this sort of thing.
It's
It'll
hard.
be nothing.
I don't think it's ever going
anywhere.
It's not going to happen.
It's
But
not going anywhere.
it's clickbait,
Yep.
and it makes us go crazy.
And here's the thing, they came up with this number kind of arbitrarily. There's no science behind the number. And what they did was they took something that may have had some traction and made a farce out of it. They made a clown show out of it. And so by coming up with these outrageous numbers, more money than most people will ever accumulate in their lives as a reparation, it's just no one will tolerate that. It's unconscionable.
Hello, who's this?
I don't know.
You're on the air.
Bubba, white iced tea.
What's up? Iced tea?
How you doing, buddy?
White iced tea. That is.
So if African Americans get all this money for can I say black people? Am I allowed to say this anymore?
As long as you use a capital
do I have
B.
to say African Americans? I'm confused.
I would prefer African Americans.
Okay, so if African Americans get all this money, they're not going to do nothing but spend it on Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all of that, and give it right back to white people, and give it right back to white people. So it's a win-win, right?
I don't know about all that.
Thank you, White Iced Tea. We had to terminate that call a little early, my friend. We do not. Your comments do not represent the opinions of the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
That's what Dan does. By
hello.
the way.
Hey, this burp stuff's a little too
Gucci doesn't need any African Americans from San Francisco. They just need one white doctor from Tampa named Dan Diaco, my friend. Hi, go ahead, sir.
Hey, everyone. This call's for Lummy. I remember a long time you were telling us about a certain position that you liked. It was like reverse bicycle where you're laid under the bed. I still to this day, can't figure out what that was like.
Talking about me or Lummy?
Lummy.
Lummy.
Yeah, it was the bicycle deal.
I mean, what's the reverse bicycle deal? This guy is intrigued.
It technically wasn't underneath the
guy.
bed. Yes, thank you, Carlos. It wasn't underneath the bed. It was you go against the bed on the floor, and you put your hips up, and the lady rides you like a bicycle. Thank you, Carlos.
The reverse bicycle expert is on the hotline.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
What's up, Brian the Babyface? How are you?
I'm with Dan on this in a sense that the language they use is so inflammatory. You don't need to call them racist roads. The reality is they're in depressed socioeconomic areas. They're the ones that get taken advantage of when they're building new highways, putting up cell towers, doing things like this, because communities that have money have the resources and the ability to push back against it so that it's not built in their backyard. Mm-hmm. So I don't think anybody, if you couch it in terms of, look, we really messed up this neighborhood because we did X, Y, and Z. We want to put a little bit of money as part of the project, the road project, into alleviating these issues that building the highway through their backyard created. I don't think anybody would be against that. But when you couch it as calling it racist roads and things like that, that's where you lose people, and that's where the division and the divisiveness comes from.
Is Aaron Rodgers going to stay a Packer?
Yes.
No, he's
not going anywhere.
No, hold on. Lummy says he's going to the Jets, and you're saying he's not going
Jets
anywhere.
Or the Raiders.
So Brian,
he'll be in Green Bay next season.
Okay.
Well,
Lummy, why do you feel that way?
Wait, remember, real quick, Bubba, before he gives his answer. Remember when Lummy we had the same conversation.
The one time
it's
he was
like
right.
deja vu all over again, and Lummy lost his mind. Lost his mind over Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to be back. Had a Lummy meltdown, and then Aaron Rodgers ended up right back with Green Bay.
Right. So, Lummy, why do you say he's going to go to the Jets or the Raiders? And Brian, why do you say he's going to stay at the Packers? Lummy, you go first.
I believe that the Packers are ready to move on. Your boy, the GM, Gookenhunk, or whatever his name is, Jordan Love is his boy. He needs to prove to himself. It's going to be his guy. He's on his last year of his contract. Aaron Rodgers could retire next year. They don't want to be left like the Bucs are with no quarterback, and then searching for one. So I believe they're going to try to get as many draft picks, and that's what the Packers do. They're going to trade Aaron Rodgers, get a ton of draft picks. He can protect his job by also getting. They say, I'm building for the future. This is the Packers way. Old school mentality, yada, yada, yada. Jordan Love comes in. He has a pretty decent year.
But hold on. The only thing is, before Brian interjects, the only thing is they've had 4 years to watch Love and during practice. Now, when they had Favre and Rodgers, they saw Rodgers had something. He was running the scout team. He was back up. They knew he had the it factor. Nobody has confirmed.
They have come out and said Jordan Love is our guy. We can.
I've not heard. Brian, have you heard that? I've not heard that.
Come on.
What they publicly came out and said was they want Aaron Rodgers back, and they made that abundantly clear that they want to move forward with Aaron Rodgers. The only way Aaron doesn't play in Green Bay is if he decides he doesn't want to play in Green Bay anymore, which he hasn't. And there's been no public indication to suggest that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay at this point. None. Zero.
And I don't know.
He's so confident about it.
Brian didn't answer the question again. Have you heard that the Packers like Jordan Love? I mean, I can send multiple articles from 3 hours ago.
Obviously,
here's one, Bubba.
they're going
right there.
Obviously, they're going to say that they believe in him.
Exactly. So they're ready to move on. They're trying to tell their fans.
No, that's called. So let me explain something to you.
Okay.
There's something called public speak, what you put out into the public to get people to think that that's what you mean, but really, that's not what you mean, okay? Reverse Zabida, buddy.
Yep,
Learn how to work, kid.
And they said the same thing about Brett Favre, right? No, they said Aaron Rodgers, I could see him be the starter, and they traded Brett Favre. They've done it. It's a Packers way. There's multiple articles. And here's an article from Sports Illustrated. The time is right to trade Aaron Rodgers.
Articles.
Yeah, there's multiple articles out there.
Lummy, I don't think Brian's going for multiple article stance. I think he's just going from what he knows about football.
Hold on, but you know the Packers, right, Bubba? You know the Packers?
Yeah.
And what's their mentality?
I think their mentality is they want to win a Super Bowl the next 2 or 3 years.
No, they always look for the long term. The same thing with Brett Favre. Brett Favre probably still had 2-3 good years left. Brett Favre was not happy. He's doing the same thing Aaron Rodgers did.
But they had a proven guy in Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers only played 3 games. When Brett Favre. And Jordan Love played 3 games.
Yeah, but they watched Aaron Rodgers for 3 years throw dimes in the coffin corner.
That's what Jordan Love did this year.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. They have literally all come out and said Jordan Love has really improved. They need to get draft picks. Their coffin is bare. They can't afford these big time free agents. They got to do it through the draft. The same thing they did.
It's going to be interesting to see which because you guys are drawing a definitive line in the sand. Babyface says Rodgers stays, and you says he goes. Yeah. It's good, and we'll probably, Brian, in the next 2 weeks, certainly before the March 15th free agency deal, I think that Rodgers will probably have an answer to Green Bay, probably by later this week, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I'm not pretending to know what Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are going to do. I'm just about with 85% confidence that he's going to be back on the Green Bay Packers next season.
Lummy, if you are wrong about this, you have to wash Brian's car or something.
Okay. I'll wash the car and I'll wash him too.
No, I don't know if he wants necessarily
I'm going to say that maybe they should just rip off the Band-Aid. I don't know.
What do you mean?
What do you think?
To get rid of Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Thank you, Blake.
But if the Bucs get him, I mean,
let's agree. So that's 100%.
Do you think the Bucs could ever actually get him?
No.
Brian, do you think the Bucs could they score? Let's say Rodgers tells
hung up on him.
Let's say no. Oh, he
no,
did.
I think his call dropped.
Yeah, he hung up because he's so infuriated. And no, the Bucs couldn't because there's no way the Packers are going to trade him to an NFC team.
They won't. No.
There's no and
he's not an unrestricted free agent.
Breaking Aaron Rodgers news.
Yeah, they don't need
He's
another
quitting to go play pickleball.
Yeah.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Bucs don't need another quarterback with great pubes.
I don't want Aaron Rodgers to leave the Green Bay, but
Lummy, you put it on the line. You really put it on the line.
I know, but the way he is, he just does not want to play in Green Bay anymore. He
Lummy,
wants to be a superstar. He is jealous of Tom Brady.
He is jealous of Tom Brady. I can see that.
He wants to be
that kind of guy.
Superstar like Tom Brady. He wants to probably go into media. He wants to play golf. He plays golf all the time.
He needs to get past the first game or two of the playoffs a couple more times. Hey, you can't beat Tom Brady unless you beat Tom Brady.
And if you think about it before, quarterback, people were like, oh, quarterbacks can't beat you because of a really good legacy. And won a Super Bowl, you know what I mean? So it kind of, and it didn't hurt Tom Brady's legacy.
Yeah, it didn't hurt him by far either.
That's true too. We need another Super Bowl. What Favre's doing that is unfortunately. Bubba would be probably really, really good at pickleball. That's why I was trying to jump on his team. Then go over to was he dying black? I don't think Bubba's watching himself on YouTube.
I mean, what?
People are like, Bubba's watching himself on YouTube.
No, I'm editing my.
I know. I said I don't think Bubba's watching.
I'm editing my video right now so I can efficiently get it up to Rhett on Tuesday, 2 days before it's due.
Yeah, bitches.
Being motherfucking responsible.
Yeah, he's getting shit done, people. That's why he's the boss.
It's me, my mom, and the Merch Crick at Culver's, my new favorite place to go to eat.
For gift cards for Longhorn and Culver's. Melts it down. No, Mario, it's not. But that's not him.
My mom's fucking cell phone. It's so obnoxious and loud. It's Tara.
Tara, we're doing a food review. We're at Culver's. I tried to call you from home, Chris.
Man, you should see how big these fucking fish planks are.
I looked at them. I mean, they're big. Nice big fucking walleye or cod. Lent is the time for fish. And you said they were good, right?
Good as fuck. See, look how nice and loving I am. I told my sister I miss her.
You're so nice and loving. You piece of shit.
I gotta come down and touch it. I want a 10-pound fucking grouper fillet.
Go edit job here. Boom.
Look at you.
Oh, hey, Dr. Benson. So, my friend is one of those. I don't know if it is. Word to John from it. And then the email is also jp974327@gmail or AOL.com.
Hey, hotline, be careful.
Yeah. Hey, my email is Bobby T. Jigabibo at 749 and then 9 numbers. It's hard to.
I understand.
Yeah. So,
I was just playing with you though.
No, it's fine. I understand. Hater.
Hater.
That's me. I heard that too. You know, I got 5 black persons. I heard you say
We're supposed to adapt it all out. That's he's putting ketchup on his hot. Is that hot? Perfect.
No, it's not really like Kelly. He's a thinker. It's fine. It might be good.
And clear them, brother. Like never make him sandwiches
Okay, then, did you go to the big show, Jay?
Yeah, I go to the shows.
Oh,
I did all that mountain biking with him.
Who did better?
We did about the same. What, Jay? I got stuck on up too. Whatever. We did about the same. We did. How do you say otherwise?
I guess not.
What am I missing? I'm trying to.
Jay gave a.
I asked
makes him want to
Dr.
throw my
Dan-
belt at him.
I asked Dr. Dan if he went to the trails with Jay.
And I said yes.
And I said, "Oh, who did better?" And Dan said, Dr. Dan said they did about the same. And Jay went,
Jay scoffed.
"Yeah."
Jay whipped Dan's ass.
Yeah, whip shit.
I can't.
Jay whipped shit. We both
I didn't
finished.
even know.
None of us got hurt. None of us had a major wreck.
I know, but
no one fucked up.
But
we did the same thing.
But Jay was a little better than you.
A little better.
That's what we heard.
Is that true, Dr. Dan?
No,
Is
it's
he
not true.
is he a little better on a mountain bike than you are?
He is a better mountain biker than I am.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. Dan.
Yes.
You're just gonna answer the question, okay? You're under oath. Right. Dan under oath. That should be. Hold on, let me turn Jay on wireless.
That should be a podcast.
That should be a podcast. Dan under oath. Oh man, Jay, you can help me write some questions. Oh.
Boy, would that go over.
Oh, that would not go over, especially with the wolf,
Fifth.
the panda.
Fifth.
I heard the panda's going through some hell right now. Love you, panda. Panda.
Snow.
Man.
He's so happy I gave him my jacket because he was going to go up there with like a Panama Jack.
I think
Steve's got no clothes.
I think
by the
that's
way.
the least of Steve's worries right now. A jacket.
Yeah.
Well, in the snow, you kind of need one.
Toasty now.
Anyway, Dan, here it's yes or no. Is Jay a better mountain bike rider than you are?
Jay has a little more experience on the mountain bike than me.
That's not the
I
question.
have
Listen,
so long-
Murdoch,
That's
it's a
not
yes
the
or no
question.
question.
It's not answer the question.
No.
And you say no under what premise? Because all testimony has shown from people that know that Jay is a tad bit better on the mountain bike than you are.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so then you lied.
I didn't lie.
He just admitted.
He
He broke it with one
I
question. One cross-examination question.
Crossed by a non-lawyer, by a dumbass. And Dan, you got tripped up by a dumbass.
Well, Dan did also come out and say that he was better looking if he's not a better rider. So
Okay. What do looks have to do with it?
Stronger, more fit,
He had a better outfit.
better outfit.
You know he had
Exactly.
better clothes, Bubba.
Oh,
He had a cooler
I didn't know
helmet.
Gucci
He
had
had
riding
better
gear.
shoes.
I didn't know
he had
Gucci.
better bike pants.
Did he really?
Of course, Dan's got the best equipment of all.
Jay's equipment is top
Yeah,
notch.
but Jay,
You know that, too.
I will tell you, Jay,
Come
you
on.
are Johnny Equipment guy too.
sure
Danny
is.
and I have a lot of similarities in that we like sports where they're equipment-biased sports. I love that. Snowboarding, biking,
I rode-
surfing. I love that kind of stuff.
I rode Jay's e-bike yesterday. That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't it awesome?
It isn't like
Yeah.
my beach goat getter.
No, it's a different design.
It has 6 inches of travel on the back, 7 inches of travel on the front.
That
And so
now,
I
if
have
I
two
get
of
on
them.
it, it's going all the way to. I'm
That's what it did to me.
Yeah.
So I have 2 of them, and Danny did. I mean, he did great. He's almost 57 years old.
I know.
I'm 52 years
So
old.
what
Danny,
Jay's saying
and
is
we
for an
literally
old guy,
Danny,
not
cleaned.
bad.
No,
Danny,
my
your
son
brother
said that.
just really gave you a slight-handed
No,
compliment
look,
there.
I'll give myself
He
one.
called you a pickleball player.
I showed my kid the video, and Trey said, "Can I say something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what?" And he's like, well, "You promise you won't get mad?" And he's like, "I don't mean anything." I said, "Sure, what?" He's like, "I can't believe you can do that for your age." And I'm like, "Oh."
Smash him right across the mouth.
Oh,
It
you get
hurt.
mad? You should have got
So-
mad.
No, I didn't get mad.
Oh.
I laughed, but Danny did fantastic. These bikes allow you to do things that are incredible on the uphills, but you have to have a fundamental amount of technical skills. Danny has that. He'll admit to you, I'm a better mountain biker. I always have been. He's a better cyclist. He's put way more miles in on the road than I've ever done.
Yeah, as far as like a
Road biking,
like a
I've never
Tour de
even-
France kind of deal, he'll smoke you.
Dan, I could never even keep up with him.
Right.
I can barely keep up with him on the street with my 2 e-bikes.
No.
If he's on a regular bike, these bikes kind of top out at 20 miles an hour. If Danny gets into like 23, 24 zone, I can't keep up with him.
Me and Dan still have to have our race across the bridge and back because Dan thinks he can beat me.
I want to see your lap around the corner here, and I may even join in on it with my e-bike.
Well, you can't do it with your e-bike,
Yeah.
Jay,
Yeah,
because
what's
you got like your e-bike will.
Yours is faster,
No,
though.
but yours would smoke his.
Yours is faster. The only thing we could do is arguably take the apexes better. If we can go on the inside in the grass and we could take a little bit of it, if we can set the parameters, that we have a fighting chance. Your thing is way faster. What's it do? 30 miles an hour?
28.
28.
Okay, mine tops 20. To get 22 out of it, you're huffing so hard.
And Dan, you're on your
no
bike.
Throttle.
Dan, you have no E capabilities. You just got a straight, bike, right?
Oh, you're going to do that on the white bike, Dan?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. The white bike, my bike, and his bike. 3 different categories.
Dan, you won't even have a chance. I'll smoke you right out of the hole, don't you think?
Well,
he's got a good top end.
The thing is I can top end well over 20, and I can hold that for a while. So I can keep Jay off me. As soon as I get in front of him and get a little bit of a gap and keep 22, he can't hold up with me.
Unless I'm on a regular bike. If I'm on an analog bike, I'll keep up with him for a minute, and then he'll dust me after.
And you being able to do 28, I just don't know how quickly you can get there.
Yeah.
I think you can get to, on an analog bike, 25, Dan, easy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a sustainable. This
It's
block
not that long
is
a
not
course.
that
We're
big.
talking about a half mile, a quarter mile course. Just a block.
So does distance favor me or favor you?
Favors you.
Favors you.
Me, right?
Yeah.
So
turns and technical stuff favors
So 2
me.
or 3 blocks, you win. If we made
If we did a mile course, you'd kill me.
Right.
I can't hold that
that
for
is
a
a mile course.
No. We shouldn't do a mile course. We should
quarter
just do
mile,
like
one block.
just do like a
So
block,
instead
a
of the
block,
long claw, we go right. We make a left out of here.
Yep.
We go right to the very first stop sign.
Correct.
Make a right.
Correct.
Go down. Make another right.
First stop sign.
Go down. Make another right,
Yep.
and then finish it at the gate.
Yep.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Blitz, you think he can smoke me on that? He might beat me on that. Maybe.
I mean, it'd be a good race.
I think it'd be a fun race. To be fair.
We need to do these. Do this.
You know,
one.
you know who wants to go bike ride next time you guys go down or mountain biking, whatever you guys call it.
Ty
It's,
J?
Ty J. Yeah, he was in chat. He
I'd love to meet him out there.
He'll kill us all.
He goes once a week.
Really?
I had a quick question. So Jay,
That's why he has such a strong ass.
Jay, you just got a new puppy, right?
It did.
It's so cute.
It's a Vizsla. How did you guys get started with the Vizsla thing?
Danny, quite honestly. And then I had a dog die of cancer, and I was really sad, so Danny bought me a rescue dog named Charlie. I renamed him Harley, had him forever, and then I had Marley, and now I've got Ripley.
So listen, that's not how we started, though. I think what Blitz is determined is like, how do we get to the breed Vizsla?
You brought it. Didn't you have the first one?
No, when your dog was dying, you were looking at Weimaraners. You mentioned in passing Weimaraner as one of the potential breeds. I went out and put a deposit on a Weimaraner, and then you freaked out
Was
on me.
Charlie the first one?
No, it wasn't. Duke was the first one. And so what happened was, after I put the deposit on the Weimaraner, and you
Were you
called
guys roommates?
copyright-
Were you guys
No,
roommates?
but we saw each other every day.
Right.
And he called a copyright
Oh,
infringement.
like what Jay did for Costa?
Yes. So it's like, I'm going to get a Weimaraner. I can't believe you put a deposit on one. I can't believe it. Copyright.
When's the last time
Copyright. And so I went.
Dan is
awfully angry.
Let me tell you something, Jay. We opened the show today with me saying, man, he has turned up a couple notches.
So how
and
come
you know
Steve's
why?
out of town
You
for
know
3
why?
days?
Hold on.
Said.
That's exactly what I said. Were you listening at 6:05?
No.
I said, when Steve's out of town, you run a little harder. Am I right?
100%.
Exactly. Look at you. I just got Dan. I just got
Oh, he's
triple
standing up
verified.
now.
I just got triple verified.
I realize that.
When Steve's out of
You
town,
need to back it down a notch, buddy.
I don't know. You got to back it down a notch, but just know for a fact,
I
all
recognize.
Diacos must know. Even Arlene has to know that when Steve's out of town, Dan gets a little douchey.
Okay, so
I like this Dan. You like this Dan? I like this Dan.
Lummy's over there just giggling.
so Jacob was upset, and
you guys fight over the stupidest stuff.
And
I'm going to
so
call
he
copyright on the Whistler. I'm going to call copyright on the Vizsla.
it was the Weimaraner, and so Jay was really upset by
Rich
it.
people
and
problems.
His dog was dying.
We all lived in the same house. We were not rich at the time.
And so I understood his perspective, and what I did was I went to Barnes and Noble, and I found a dog book. And
I never even knew this, Dan.
And so I was looking through the dog
You
book.
went to Barnes and Noble.
Right.
You did.
Only Dan would
This was
research
20
a
years
book.
ago.
There wasn't Google back then, really. So
This is 20 years ago, plus
I know.
22 years
Still,
ago.
It's like you didn't make assistant go or something.
No. I went, and then I got the dog book, and it was alphabetical on breeds. And, TUVW. So right before Weimaraner was this dog called a Vizsla. It was just alphabetical. And I saw, I was like, God, it looks just like a Weimaraner, just red, a little smaller, lives a little longer. Maybe this is a good idea. And so that's how I discovered the Vizsla brand, just by looking up a dog that was close to a Weimaraner.
Huh.
And
Was it a
found
gift?
breeder.
Was it a gift for Jay or is it for you?
He did.
No, it's for
you,
me.
You
I
bought my
own
first
dog.
one for me, though.
I bought my dog, and then a couple months later, his dog finally did die. And then I found another hunting Vizsla that I got for Jay. I gave him. I
Is
bought
there
his first
anything
dog.
in that story because it's a V before W, so then you'd be ahead of Jay in that whole entire
No,
story?
no.
That you'd be ahead of
Alphabetically?
him?
They're not that competitive.
I don't know.
Jay is a better surfer than me.
Jay's better at a lot of things, and Dan's better at a lot. Now,
Dan's
what's
a better water skier than
what? Now, what's Steve best at?
Talking. Bitching.
Upsetting you.
Ironically, he's the most athletic of all of us, and if he
Sort
committed
of
to any
was
of them,
back in
he
the
could.
day.
Yeah, when he was a kid, he was, but he never really committed to any of it.
He
hates sports.
He committed to having sex with his wife 40 times a day, and he's
Like a little rabbit.
He's probably better at that than you guys are. Probably.
I don't know.
Arizona Dirt Track. Arizona Dirt Track Hoosier, $10 for his favorite compressor boy, and I got a Cash App Willie here. Jesse Cox, 15. Thank you, my friend. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army. This is something probably both of you could chime in on, and that is, I guess the lawyers for this Sam, is it Freed? The guy that
Bankman-Fried.
yeah, the guy from the
SPF.
FTX. I guess his lawyers are telling him to shut up.
Well, duh.
Stop. And he's doing all these high-profile interviews and all this kind of deal. And really, they're saying, like, all this is going to be used against him.
He already
At
buried
what point-
himself.
At what point should theft become a capital crime? So what I'm asking is. What I'm asking
You
is,
mean
we talk about giving,
as in kill
Where do you-
people?
Singapore?
Yes,
We're like
talking about
Indonesia?
No, I think we talk about a guy goes into a
Hand for a
convenience store.
hand.
A guy goes into a convenience store in Florida and shoots someone for $100, over $100.
Well, that's murder.
Okay.
That's not
So he gets killed. He gets killed legally. So this guy steals literally billions of dollars. And why is that not as evil?
That's not the law, Dan.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not. I
Well,
realize
no one's
that's not the
arguing it's
current
not as
law.
evil.
Dan, you're a
No
lawyer.
one's
You're
saying-
supposed to know this.
Boy,
I
he's
know it's
popping.
not the law. I'm just saying, why don't we make
You mean
it the
hip-
law?
you're saying
these
hip-
guys like Bernie Madoff, like Perlman, Lou Pearlman,
Yeah.
like this douchebag, they should be killed.
Jeffrey Epstein.
They stop doing it.
Danny.
Jeffrey
That's my
Epstein was
opinion.
killed.
That's what the penalty
You
should
are-
be for $1 billion theft.
You need some sleep.
Once you crash $1 billion,
Dan,
death.
Jay says, Dan, you need sleep.
Jeez, man. One less monster, and he must be worried about March 19th or
Whoa,
something.
hold on, Jay.
He's coming out straight out of the...
Jay, he's been like this all day yesterday, and right out of the hole today, he's just been on fire.
I'm glad
But
I
Jay,
have
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So let's say like Sam Bankman-Fried person stole like let's say 5 people's life savings,
No,
and
hold
then
on.
they went out and committed suicide.
Yep.
Now, is he responsible for the suicide?
I think that
You know,
if there was a
maybe-
law
I
on
mean,
there that
just
said
make
that
a
it should be
great
a
point.
capital punishment, then great, it should be a
Hold on.
capital punishment, but it's not.
That's for Lummy making a goddamn great point.
Hold the phone.
Thank you, Lummy.
That was a good
Yeah,
point.
I got your back.
What?
I love it.
I knew I was losing it today.
Danny, how can you say I knew I was losing it today? How can you say that?
I just knew it.
How?
I had your back.
I could feel it. I could feel
Just
it.
like he knows
Yeah,
when he
you had
does
his back,
everything wrong.
and then he stole the belt.
No.
What a jerk off.
Dan,
It's a warning.
hand it over to the new belt.
Because he made a point.
That's a lot for Lummy. It was a good point
It
too.
was a good point.
I can't wait until Bubba gets Ringer's lactate today instead of Ozempic.
I gained 20 pounds this week. I don't understand.
Dan put some weight
Yeah,
gain.
prednisone.
Dan put gain weight juice in my stuff.
Yeah, well, estrogen and progesterone.
Why do I have bitch titties?
Can't say that Bubba dumped that.
Jay.
Estrogen, I'm sorry.
Jay's running
Damn.
loose.
Why do I have
All,
gynecomastia?
all Diacos are running a little loose today.
Something's in the
This
water.
is technical term.
Something is in the
it's
Munsters.
good. It's good to change it up a little bit. Dan had a hell of a run on the deal, and
It's
who's
like
not to
4
say that
months.
Dan won't get it back immediately on Tuesday? I mean,
Monday.
who's to say? Dan, does it really tear you up when you lose the belt?
It's upsetting, but that's okay.
But Dan, let me made a point.
Yeah, Lummy made a point, sort of.
It was a good point.
Yeah, but for the special
Yes.
guy on the show, that's a win.
That's huge.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Dan.
I mean, that'd be like if the field goal kicker holder, the holder, it's a botch snap, and Lummy's the holder, and he picks it up and somehow gets around the end and makes a touchdown.
He asked me a leading question. what if 5 people committed suicide? That should be a crime, right? I'm like, yeah.
Lummy, what do you? No, Lummy is the only guy that gets the belt that's sad about getting the belt because he's afraid the guy that he got the belt from is mad at him.
Well, my point is, Dan's not looking at me now.
He's trying to back Dan up.
Dan's not looking at me.
And look at Dan's body language, hands crossed.
Totally changed.
I almost feel like our internet's frozen because Dan's just in a frozen pose, mad as hell. Look at you, Dan. Dan. Just everyone. It's just good for the show. Banter back and forth. I hope my Ozempic's the real stuff today.
Maybe.
I know.
Yeah, you didn't time that well.
I did not. But Dan did say he just had a feeling he was going to lose it today.
Yeah, I know it.
How, buddy? Because
yesterday you highlighted how long I had it, and you started off with like, Dan, you're running really loose today, and I knew I was going to step on a landmine before I got out of here, and it took till 9:13 for me to do it.
He had 6 minutes, and he was good.
See if you
Susan Poitras, $100 cash PayPal. Wayne Van Vapor, 1999 Super Chat.
Dan, damn it, buddy. Now I feel bad about giving it to him.
Don't.
Should I take it back?
No.
Okay. Dan, you can't always get your
Just
way.
because you pout with those little puppy dog eyes.
Hurry up, Dan.
Who's pouting?
Dan, hurry up, make a point.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
And
Thank you for the cookies.
Yeah, thank you for everything.
Make a point. That's funny.
Thank you for being a good sport, lover.
See you, Bob.
I'll see you.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick, Anna?
Yeah.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Are you gonna come by?
Yeah.
You really don't want me to send someone?
No, I'll be by.
Sure.
Yeah, it's much easier.
That was funny, man.
So you can double check, make sure you get the right stuff.
I gotta make sure I get I gotta get a hold of the nurses and make sure I get the real stuff.
I'm loaded out of the thing.
I just gotta make sure I get the real stuff today.
The real deal.
Mark Jones says, unrelated, Bubba gets a bill for $300 for the Ozempic today.
Oh no.
Reggie Wayne Van Ripper.
Wayne Van Ripper.
Hamburger, but we know I don't like hamburger. Let's try it. It's not the same hamburger. I mean, it's not very good. Okay.
There's a question there, buddy Gary.
It's ground up. It's like Sloppy Joe.
HKDG.
Swallow it. You turn into a real mom right there. Swallow it. I did. I swallowed it.
Hamburger.
See her mom and I said, you get your pay out if you want to pee. What do you go? Swallow it. You turned into mom. Wait, our cup's in her way. The what? Our cup. Out of nowhere, you've been sweet all day. I know. Swallow it.
How are you, Anna?
Good, how are you doing?
All good.
I think that it was, I sat at the front of my mouth for a
How you doing?
while, and I swallowed it.
I'm good. Belt holder. Belt Hauser. Belts Heiser, whatever that dude's name is. Dan's on his way to buy a better strap on his
I do.
orange
Dr.
lips.
Bob. I sure
James
do.
Beauchamp. Understand everybody. How y'all doing?
What the heck?
We're almost divorced over there. Skin 212. What up, brother? How's Cincinnati? Belt Hauser, there you are. He's the Belt Hauser right now. My dog came from South Dakota, yeah. He's such a good little boy, I love him. What's up, Big Red? I know he's the man, but he needs to be brought down every now and then. K Bizzle, what up? I would. I don't really know exactly where, Mark.
I know. You mentioned earlier you're going to get
My wife would probably know.
No.
Really? We're going to get unseasonably cold this weekend here. It's going to be in the 40s, I think. 48, I think they said. Like 50, low 50s or high 40s, I thought I heard them. No. What up, somebody in chat?
That's okay.
Saturday's
Mitch?
84.
84. When did
Sunday's 81.
Must be next. I heard there was one more of these things coming through.
Well, no, there is, but it stalls.
It does. So is it next week? It doesn't make it down now.
It stalls right at the at that, you know, where the Panhandle. Right
Oh, up by Ocala. Oh, okay.
All that area right there, yeah.
Last weekend they had a showing coming down a little. Like was going to go through here.
The high pressure system pushed it up.
I was looking forward for another one. What's up, Steve? Sicilian Redneck, Jason Hefner.
This one's huge.
Yeah. Well, LA's getting snow right now.
I know.
It's crazy.
And it stalls, so the Panhandle will be cold this week.
Okay, what up? Yeah, it's
All right.
hilarious.
Well, some of us haven't eaten in 21 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, what's in this morning is cookies.
I am a Lambda Chi Alpha, Judson.
Okay.
How'd you know that? Alex Permagrom, what up, buddy? Oh, Alex, huh? Alex Collins is Permagrom, okay. Yeah, I like my life too much. What's up, Jason?
You definitely took out fantastic.
I never had pet squirrels like Dan, no. Yeah, man, I couldn't believe it was snowing in LA. Gold egg layer.
But the rest of it was good?
What were you saying, Lemmy? I'm sorry.
Oh, they were saying you did better.
Oh shit! I would love to be able to do that. The problem is it's a dirty game, and I don't want. You know what I'm saying? It's dirtier than anything, as Trump would say. I thought real estate was dirty.
Yeah.
Politics is dirty. There's nothing worse. I would never.
The big news is they're taking out Ashton Drive exit and the Allianz for a bike trail. It's
Really?
next to the bike trail they built.
Really?
That's a great
FSU,
exit.
Lambda Chi, whatever.
a
I'm
pretty good exit.
Zeta Row 1490, Justin. That's
if
an
you
old
want to get
island.
downtown quick,
Pity is 1482.
Yeah.
The one that ends up.
Oh, Cart Rob, what up?
Yeah, no, that one sucks.
That thing, that's horrible.
But the one
Huge
that ends
ass?
downtown,
Is that, I'm going to support
they're
Huge
gonna-
ass.
they're gonna tear
Deep
down
Mark
the bike trail.
Coleslaw.
It's right next to River Walk.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, they're dumb.
Oh, man. That's so funny. I just found with Judson Holtz, a fraternity brother of mine. Somehow, Lambda Chi, even at Florida State.
Really?
What was your Zeta Row, Jason? Tell you your number. I was 1490th brother. Petty was 1482. Stephen, I think, was 1353 or something. So I bet you he's probably high. 22.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Jay, you know your brother better than most. Is he? Think he's really tore up over losing the belt?
I can't decide if it's that or just that he got called out on me being a better mountain biker.
Yeah, he's.
I think it's the belt, probably.
Today, though, honest to God, today at 6:05, and we start the show, and I'm like, man, I know what it is. It's Steven's out of town, and you just run a little looser. And he's like, oh no, and I've just noticed that he's just been a little bit on edge, a little bit more quick to jump on some, a little more douchey, if you will.
But did he tell you about his son with stitches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, Dan never stops, and he doesn't sleep enough, and so when he gets
doesn't.
like this, it's like that means it's
He
Steve.
needs sleep.
Poor Muffy.
Steve hasn't grounded him in the last 72 hours. He needs a good grounding.
He just needs a good night's sleep.
There's no doubt about that.
I mean, he works harder than all of us.
No doubt.
Combined.
No doubt.
I mean,
Especially when we're mountain biking together, he works much harder than I do.
Because you're so much better than him?
Yeah, so much better. Now, what time on his normal day of office, will he make it over to the law office sometime today? Or is it as
today
needed?
He will, and he usually comes in for about 27 minutes.
Just to what? Look in his big office and see how
he's
cool he
looking
is?
If I have med mal intakes or calls from Bubba listeners or calls that need to be attended to that have come through and I'm doing something, like a deposition or something. And so once he clears that he'll leave. He'll take calls after hours. He's a huge resource for me on med mal cases. So
I've been with him. I've been with him before when we were just doing stuff on a weekend, and he'll have to take a call. Because he got
100%.
like there's a potential catastrophic injury case, and they call, and Dan gets the call, and then Dan like walks him through it and goes through the necessary procedures and all that, and does a great job.
If you call my office, the 813-221-7978 or the 888-SOS firm over after hours, and it says, "Do you want to speak to a lawyer?" Push 1. It goes to Dan.
I don't know if I would have told everybody that.
Of course I would.
Good to know.
Of course I would want to tell everyone that. That's what we do. You know, at Diaco Call, we will take Diaco Law. We will take your call.
And
No, I
Dan's
mean,
gonna
it's
be
like
getting-
Dan. I mean, that's what he does, and it's not like for the silly. You know, I lost $500. That's not silly. That's silly for after hours. I mean, some
actually
people,
was with the one time, and I'm not going to mention any. I'm not mentioning any detailed information. I'm not, but I was with him one day, and it was about Saturday, like at 3:00 in the afternoon, and we were hanging out one day, and he said, "Okay, we were actually in the carriage house." And he's like, "Oh, I got to take this call." And so he answers it, and it was a guy who had just got in a car wreck.
Yep.
And Dan completely walked him through it. And the guy was really, really, really like freaked out, upset. Like his car was totaled. He was hurt. Like a couple different things. Dan's like, well, first of all, let's get you some medical attention. Are there ambulances on the way? And the guy's like, I don't know. And he goes, well, let's get that. And he completely walked the guy through, and and completely repped up the guy. And I think it ended up being a pretty good case for you guys. But Dan was the first boots on the ground, nonetheless.
most people are surprised when they actually speak to a lawyer, and then
Right.
you speak to a lawyer like Dan, who
They think they're calling a call center.
All jokes aside, Danny's a very smart guy, and when you get those initial calls, your whole job is to try to calm somebody and let them know that you have them. It's all about building confidence that you can help solve them, help them solve
And this guy's
problems that they can't
all
solve.
worried about, this guy's all worried about all the major concerns about somebody that just got in a car wreck would be like, well, listen, I'm going to have to, my medical, and Dan's like, listen, buddy, you got insurance. That's what insurance is for. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay.
Are you bleeding? Go to an ER. If you're not, let's go to an urgent. He literally will help talk them through, because a lot of people are really like agitated and nervous, and their adrenaline's buzzing and they're mad. I mean, you've been there before.
Oh yeah.
And you get mad, and so there's a lot of emotion that you have to deal with in those initial calls. And so when we say those silly slogans, we mean it actually. And in those kind of injury cases after hours, they come straight to us.
But so here's a guy that is going to put on 3 or 4 set of boobs in a day, and go back to the office, do some other stuff, then come over to your place, do some stuff over there, and then at night potentially, or on the weekend, if somebody had gotten in an automobile wreck and they call your firm, chances are Dan's going to be the guy you're talking to.
Well, you forgot coaching,
Oh,
football,
coaching,
and go-kart racing.
Yeah, you're right.
And crew.
Right. Keep it up, and keeping your wife happy, which he doesn't do too good there.
No.
I mean, you can't be a master of all or everything, right?
They're actually great right now. Everything's great.
I heard they're doing really good.
They are. She's awesome.
Tom Bean, Tom Bean.
I do.
So Tom is probably as cool in the pocket, maybe even a little cooler in the pocket than you are. Like
I know this.
He's cool in the pocket. He really is.
Button up Bean.
Button up
Hold
Bean.
on, just for this segment, I'm going to button my shirt up.
He is cool in the pocket and doesn't have a lot of outbursts, doesn't get mad, doesn't just pretty, he's got a calming effect about himself. And so I was over last week because we're doing some stuff together, track and just all kinds of different financial stuff and with my taxes and things like that. And Tom, all of a sudden, Ken comes in, Ken Snyder, and they talk and gives Tom the latest insurance numbers on their Domino's Pizza standalone franchises that they have to insure, and how insurance has gone up now in some instances 3 and 4 times from what it was a year ago.
It just happened to me.
And so out of nowhere, Tom goes, I wish Mother effing Ron DeSantis would quit screwing around with Mickey Mouse and trying to be overly religious and all this kind of stupid stuff and fix the real problem in Florida, and that's this insurance gouge that we got going on right now. I mean, he flipped out on Ron DeSantis, and he's a Ron DeSantis supporter.
I am too, and he's doing something else with personal injury stuff that's absolutely mortifying, and it destroys the citizens of Florida's rights to get PIP benefits. It destroys lawyers' rights to get fees. It destroys attorney-client privilege with lawyers of victims of accidents. There's one of the most ridiculous legislative pieces up there right now. And I'm like, he calls this Florida, freedom-loving Florida, which I believe. This ain't a freedom-loving legislation. It's a State Farm legislation. And so I'm with Tom Bean.
He's
I
like,
will go off
he's
on
like,
it right now.
he's
I love
like,
Ron DeSantis, except for right now.
That's what he said. He goes, I have been the biggest supporter of this guy. I like how he, but now he is starting to succumb to the religious / just like
And
stuff that doesn't matter.
Well,
He's letting them gouge us
But
right now.
didn't he sign a bill in December to stabilize it?
He's trying to, and now he's messing. He's
Well,
got a
he
new
already
couple of
signed- he
House
signed the
bills
bill.
coming through, but that's the
Yeah.
one that's resulting in these. It's giving people the ability to increase it by, at least 1 or 2-fold, which was never there before. Premiums would usually slowly go up. They never go up by 100 or 200%.
No. In some instances, you're right. 200%. He was like, I think
Pitty, who has a very moderate house. I mean, it was middle class, very nice house.
Right.
A couple thousand square foot. It's probably 60 years old. In St. Petersburg.
Right.
And his insurance just went to $9,000.
Probably from $2,500.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was 4 times.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
You know what he's going to do? It's going to go bare.
I
He's like, the house has been here for 60, 70 years. It's never had a hurricane. I'm just going to take my shot.
Oh, like
he's not going to insure it anymore.
Well, what if he
doesn't have a note anymore.
Okay,
He's
there you go.
lived there for 20 years.
So
he paid
owns
it off over time. But yeah,
because Pitty's responsible.
Well, because he is responsible, and so. But he did it, with payments over time.
Can you imagine Jimmy Clevis's place right there on the water?
Oh my God! Mine's getting ready to go right through the roof. And
Double?
It's going to be more.
Triple?
My office went up 150%.
Tom Bean's average place went up 150 to 200%. He gave me an example. One of their Domino's, one of their standalone brick and mortar deals was like 4,100. Last year, and it's 9,600 this year.
When I'm sure if you look at that property, there's 0 loss history on that one. Like my office is.
Oh, he just built it. It's brand new.
Right.
It's 3 years old.
My office is 80 feet above sea level because it's in this weird little hill, and it's been there since 1940. Never been flooded, never been damaged, never been anything, and I'm going to get raped.
Why can't our governor, stop worrying about Mickey Mouse? And start worrying about, is there something he could do? Is there something he could do?
Isn't that what the bill is? Isn't the bill supposed to kind of flatten the insurance hikes?
What it's been done is it's been written by the insurance industry and lobbyists for the insurance industry. It wasn't written by citizens. It's and he's just getting bad advice on certain things. And one of the things he's getting bad advice on is insurance. And he dabbled in it 2 years ago. He tipped his toe in it, and then he stopped because he realized he was on a run. But if he does things like this, he's going to lose a lot of the business sector. Like Tom Bean is just a ma and pa guy that happens to have multiple Domino's. But there's also people that have a Domino's. And there's people that have a law firm like me.
Right.
When I worked for the insurance
You're not
company,
Morgan & Morgan.
No, when I worked for the insurance companies, I had 4 law firms.
Right.
I had 50 lawyers and 150 employees. And now I'm just a guy with 2 lawyers and 8 employees. And these types of laws kill the small business person. The Crespos of the world, who's just a guy, a nurse, and 10 people that have been with him forever, and his son one day, these bills killed those small businesses. And then a person like anyone who's in an accident can't go get treatment anymore. And so he's just getting bad advice.
Is that PIP deal locked in?
I don't know. I
mean,
I offered to go up and testify because I've been on both sides of it. I represented the insurance companies for PIP, and I sue the insurance companies now. And so they highlight cases like, oh my God, they got a $100 bill and they got a $100,000 fee. Well, you know when that happens? When a lawyer like me takes a giant insurance company to task over a little bill because they've done it 1,000 times to the provider. And so 100 times 1,000 is 100,000. And so they make it about one thing. It's not. It's about systemic reductions of bills over all the counties of Florida.
Let me have a hard time with that belt, buddy. You look uncomfortable. You ready to give it back? I mean, You're over there jockeying around. Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, sorry, I haven't had it since October, so I don't want it to hit the desk and make a noise.
Sorry, I haven't had it since October.
Jay's making a great point, and I don't want it to.
Jay's making a point. Lummy, you're going to get
Jay's making a good point. You think we should throw the hardware on him?
I'm sorry, Jay. Oh, that would kill
You made
Dan,
it, but he
then.
made a point by making a point that I was making.
Yeah, that would kill Dan.
I mean, so like, so is there a chance the PIP deal won't go through?
I hope not. I guess Fran Heche was up there last week with like 200 bikers, and a guy with no arms and legs was testifying and talking about what the victims are. They're trying to limit future damages to 125% of Medicaid. They're trying to. I mean, it's really, really oppressive stuff, and so.
And this is definitely fueled by the insurance. I mean, this is very much pro-insurance deal.
It's like the State Farm bill.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday signed a bill that gives him control of Walt Disney World's self-governing district, pushing the company over its opposition over the so-called "Don't Say Gay" law. Hey, listen, I don't think Disney should be afforded anything like have their the thing that he's doing. I don't have a problem with.
Right.
I do have a problem with him doing some things. Like what Jay said as far as the PIP deal and like this Disney thing doesn't affect anybody. Doesn't affect Blitz's mom and dad's insurance on their home. Doesn't affect it doesn't affect any of us. We don't need nobody even goes to Disney World.
Well, the problem is that so now the opposite side is trying to scare the people in Orlando and Orange County and saying that they're going to have to pay more in taxes, which is not true.
But that's not true.
Exactly. But that's what they're saying.
So the whole idea of incentivizing a big business like Walt Disney World to come to Florida is a good idea. Allowing it to be in place for 50 plus years is not a good idea. And so like when AOC was complaining about Amazon going to, was it Brooklyn? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was going to be, they're giving away $250 million in taxes. No, of zero, tax revenue, they were giving tax credits. And so they lost all those jobs because Amazon didn't go there and Amazon went to a different state. And so in theory, these kind of incentives are great, but they can't be perpetual forever. And especially when the company is getting into, political issues that are divisive. The bill doesn't say the word gay in it. I mean, it was just the most over-the-top thing.
You're right. The bill did not
won.
say gay. They made it a gay. They made it a gay thing.
They love to say that they dubbed it the opposition so-called "Don't Say Gay" law. It's like so-called by the liberal media.
Today, the corporate kingdom finally comes to an end, he said at the bill signing ceremony in Lake Buena Vista. There's a new sheriff in town, and accountability will be the order of the day. The signing came as DeSantis gears up for an expected presidential run and marks a high-profile legislative victory for a governor whose leveraging of cultural and political divides has pushed him to the fore of national Republican politics.
But again, that quote, isn't that a little bit over the top? There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, he was on Tucker last night. He kind of explained it, but I know you can't.
It's a little bit of it. I heard it out of his voice yesterday in the clip, and I just thought, did he just really say that? There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ron DeSantis.
I support him. I want him to stay here.
I think he sometimes gets a little. I think he needs to feather the gas a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, he just completely has it Talladega matted straight on down. Like he's just, got
the
it
tail's
straight.
getting wiggling and he's still at full throttle.
He's just Talladega matted, just matted, complete wide open. I just think he needs to feather it out a little bit. I've been told in my career, man, slow it down, feather it out. Like Dan needed to feather it out today.
But did you listen?
No, he didn't listen. He lost the strap.
She said.
Did I?
No. Did you listen?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you listen and get your boyfriend those cookies?
I will for next time.
But you didn't this time.
She didn't have any.
No.
None left?
She gave all to Dan.
So, Blitz, you're going to tell me you didn't even get one?
No. Dan gave me one.
Yeah, Dan gave Blitz
but she didn't have any to give to me.
Are there any more left?
No, Dan took them.
Dan took them. He's going to hopefully give them to those in the office.
Dan, God bless him.
Impossible to escape. El Salvador now unveils a new mega prison for gangs. So I can't. There's no sound here. I don't even know that I can.
It's like sound, but it's like nothing.
Is this how they make them line up? Like,
Well,
is this their lineup?
They were running to the buses and then go into the new prison.
Yeah.
And this is how they make these guys line up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be like, hey,
what's
bro,
that guard gonna do?
Stop breathing on my back, man.
Yeah. Could you
Man,
imagine
what
if they
you can
just
do.
all got up and just started headbutting?
Look,
they got a huge problem there with gang violence. I mean, it's one of the most dangerous
MS-13.
countries in the world.
El Salvador.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, Blitz, we need to open up a tattoo shop in El Salvador. My God, there's not.
Look at that guy's face. Look at that guy's face.
Be good at
sad
numbers.
face. Be sad face.
No, top
No, the guy
right.
on the right.
Top
Tattoo
right.
face.
The corner.
Oh my God!
I told
You couldn't even see him.
He's camouflage, man, and it looks like he's like kind of getting romantic with that guy's back. Look,
No, it looks like he's about to pounce on somebody.
like you can imagine the bite you could put on a guy's back.
I was thinking about all the people they've killed. Like, it's really scary.
Well,
Those
you
are
know,
hardcore
our boy
gangbangers.
Chad Chronister just arrested 2 high-level
MS-13?
Latin kings.
Oh,
Really?
dang.
They had a big Latin King crackdown.
Yeah.
Oh, they
were
did.
in
Chronister's
They were
the
in
man.
Waimama where Jay bike rides.
He's our sheriff in town. He's the man.
Oh, he is good. He's good.
I like our sheriffs. I like Grady Judd. I like
them all.
I like Naka. We got some good sheriffs in our communities.
This is the last. Before I go to words, this is the last place I would be seen. World's largest bounce house coming to Tampa next month, and then look at all these little kids just bouncing around.
I'd like to see Lummy jump in there and start bouncing kids.
Lummy,
Just launching them.
Lummy, you know
them.
that this would be something. This would be something that Walker might want to go to.
I actually was thinking that when I saw it.
I was thinking it too.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
would get in with him still?
Well, the one that
be
Dr.
like,
Dan bought,
sir,
I can't,
sir,
I'm too
you
fat.
can't, sir,
Yeah,
you
I'm
can't go
too
in there.
fat.
The door's not big enough for him to climb through it.
I would probably pop it. But
Well, Lummy, as soon as you start bouncing, man, all the other kids on the other side of the bounce are going to go like 5 miles in the air. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it could be a
If
neat
they get
fun
a,
ride.
you know how you try to,
Catapulted.
you know when you're on a trampoline and you try to short space the guy, Blitz,
Yeah.
like try to take his
double bounce him.
Yeah, double bounce them. Man, Lummy, they wouldn't let you go to the bounce house because you might double bounce the kids.
Right out,
Right
out of the
onto I-4 because it's at the fairgrounds.
Perfect. Right to the casino.
We got 3. Lummy's gonna bounce himself to the casino. Yeah, no, thank
They got a DJ
you.
though.
Bubba, you and I could go.
I
We
could
can go
DJ
down the
there.
What's the
slide.
point? Can you imagine all the germs and
That's
slobber and
Yes.
all
exactly.
that?
That's
Look
the
how much fun
last
it
place
is.
I would have taken my
No,
child.
but that's what kids need. They need
Yep.
those germs now that they've been closed.
Where's
in
it
for
going to
3
be
years.
at?
Fairgrounds?
Oh,
But you want to go?
No. I mean, even if I had a kid, I don't know if I'd even go. You just throw them in the bounce. Here's what they should do: is they have this bounce house, and then they have this little tiki bar set up for the
open
adults.
Bar,
You know they
open
do.
bar.
And you just check your kid. Remember at Chuck E. Cheese when you just check your
Oh,
kid
yeah.
in, and then you let them go in that little area. They go crazy, and you could go and eat your pizza, go to the salad bar, and have a few beers, play some games. Well, as long as you can check your kid in the bounce house and he can't get out, and then you can maybe go to the bar or something
Or
like
the
that.
casino, get like a golf cart ride to the casino back and
I
forth.
mean, I don't know if you should be that far from your kid now. I mean, you're a couple.
fine.
At
There's
that point, you're a
adults there.
couple. You're
why
a
don't
couple.
they just put a bounce house on the roof of the casino?
Yeah,
That's even better.
they should say, "Hey, bring your kids to the casino.
By the
Hell
pool.
yeah.
We got our own.
By the pool.
We got our
Outside
own
by the
kitty
pool.
So they
land.
could drown.
We got our own kitty land.
No, so they
missing
can have
out.
You
one
check,
full
you
of
check your
drinks.
kid in, and you check your kid in, and then they have these monitors all throughout the casino that you can see your kid still playing and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, Ash, I'm going to the park. Or go to the casino, drop Walker off. I'll be back in 6 hours. I'll be back.
Is that what you miss most about single life?
No, I mean,
Careful, you might lose the strap and your marriage. So.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
That was a Hootie comment.
No, who the comment is just jokes, cause. Sorry, he's not you, but
How did the
Are we still on?
How did the Tommy Fury?
Oh, he kicked Jake Paul's ass. It was awesome.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah, he won in a split decision.
And the only reason it was a split decision is because it's Jake Paul. In any real fight, I
Jake
mean,
Paul did get a couple good little jabs.
But finally,
Was it like a legit
somebody
fight?
whipped this guy's ass.
Yeah.
Finally,
yeah, he took some shots. I mean, if anything, he can also take a shot. Because Fury, I mean, you
No, that's what I'm
watch
saying.
some of the highlights. He beat the hell out of him.
But Jake Paul did give him a couple good shots too.
That was the one right there in the final round.
Fury went down?
That right there is what saved him. If he they almost called that a knockdown, but I don't know that it is or not. But go look at the other ones where he gets Jake Paul. Oof.
No, I know, but I'm saying he did get a couple good shots in. But yeah, Tommy Fury. I think Tommy Fury got more
Oh, he won more rounds for sure.
Good.
It's all over YouTube. They have the clips like a highlight reel where it shows all the different rounds.
I know, but I can't play it because I'll get a fucking copyright, Willie.
Okay.
Jake Paul will come after us.
Now is Jake Paul finally fucking done? Do we have to list this fucking?
No, he's gonna keep fighting, I'm sure.
I wanted to fight Tyson for Fury.
Tyson is just
his brother.
He's beast.
I think that Tyson would knock Jake Paul out
in the first fucking round.
I think he's just so angry and mean.
How about Tyson?
Tyson Fury?
Yeah, no. Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Tyson Paul.
The other Paul?
No,
Logan Paul or
this
Jake?
motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. I think Tyson knocks this guy out. It's at the undercard.
Tyson just thinks so fast.
He is.
Like, here, I'm gonna send this to Bubba.
This is the first time that Jake Paul motherfucker got knocked out, right?
He didn't get knocked out. It's the first time he lost. First time he lost.
Yeah.
And his brother's the guy that's doing the WWE stuff that's actually super talented. Logan Paul. Is he a heel? Logan Paul? Or is he like, they put him over? Okay. I mean, Jake Paul by definition is kind of a heel. I mean, I don't know anyone that really loves him. I know a lot of people that love to hate him.
Yes.
Like my son loves to watch him lose things. If you know.
He's just one of those
Tommy.
I mean,
He was vastly different than his brother, the Tyson Fury.
Oh, really?
Well, you know what Tyson Fury looks like, right? He's like 6'9", just like a huge ogre.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's like a model.
No tattoos on him. Like it's such a rare thing. He doesn't have any tattoos.
Is it that rare? I feel like it's more common in MMA.
No, if you pay attention in boxing and MMA, it's super heavy tattoos.
No, I know MMA, but I'm saying boxing. I don't know if it's
boxing's less, but I mean, it's.
I think just a lot of.
I was telling my son, it's like having no tattoos almost more avant-garde now than having tattoos are kind of like blasé.
Yeah, so like Tyson, Fury, and Tommy. I mean, do you think they look the same?
The first couple rounds, he peppers them.
You think these two guys look similar? I mean,
No, holy smokes.
Yeah, remember, Tyson Fury's like 6'9". He's fucking huge.
Oh my god.
And this guy is like, it looks way more like Mediterranean, but I think they share the same dad.
Half brother,
They're
yeah.
half brothers, yeah. I think. I mean,
That would be the only way to be half brother.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what their mom looks like. That's the common thread.
I think it's they share a dad because they both have the same last name.
Oh, that's true.
Tommy and Tyson. They're half brothers with the British duo sharing the same father, John.
Wow. They bear no resemblance. Which one of them? I wonder which one of them looks like their dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we can try to find out. What is it? John, Paul. They were born by different mothers. John Fury. Let's find out. I guess he was a professional boxer too.
His dad?
I think so. That would make sense, right?
Is that him right there?
Yeah.
So he looks like the
looks
big guy.
older,
Yeah,
yeah.
he looks just like the big guy.
Yeah. Tyson is he's like 6'9" or something. He's crazy tall.
You know, Jason, it probably depends on the state would be the right
6'9".
answer.
That's a big dude.
No doubt it is.
Tyson's younger
Or
than
good
me?
one. What up, big longer?
Yeah, he's like, what, 24?
Oh my god, he's 34. Not Tommy. Tyson, the big ogre, is younger than
Yeah,
me.
he's a big motherfucker.
He's 6'9". His brother's 23.
He's a big fucking dude. He will whip
That's
your fucking.
crazy. That guy. I'm older than that guy.
Yeah,
You
well,
know
he
the
will
guy
whip.
on trial, Murdoch? Dan's older than him.
He will
The
whip
redhead
your ass.
Murdoch.
Yeah,
He's Steven's age.
Yeah, but sometimes like pale gingers don't age. They don't. But
Melatonin? Are you melatonin bias?
yeah, I'm older than that guy.
I mean, tell redheads are the most discriminating against people.
Why no? She's hating against Rhett.
And
Red-
Pitt
She hates
and-
gingers.
My best friend is ginger.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Last day of the month. The after show will be available only on podcast. It'll be uploaded, ready to go, or downloaded, uploaded at noon. We'll do that we'll call it 10:15 here, if we could, please. Some huge spenders today, Lummy. Mark Berger, Jesse Cox, Harold Bean, Fish on the J, David Vinson, Dustin Southers, Rick, with T-shirt Will.
Big E7375. Napa Mike.
Arizona Dirt Tracker, Brian from Philly, George Zimmerman, not that one. Corey Wilson, Wayne Townsend, all over the place. Melissa Carpenter, $100, wants me to get one of those $50 scratch-offs and do it on my YouTube. Slamming Phoebe's B, thank you so very much. Susan Poitras, thank you so very much. Jay Diaco in here today. Oh, Jay, I got to talk to you privately about that letter I sent you.
Oh yeah, by the time I got it, it figured it was too late for me to respond to it. Sleepy time.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you have an opinion about it, I'm sure, right? Or what I need to do or don't do or whatever, right?
Yes.
What's going on now?
Oh, nothing. I think I might be on the right side of something.
You are.
Nice.
Well, I mean, initially, Jay, it looks like I potentially could be on the right side of something.
So it's exactly what we talked about yesterday, and I just don't want to say anything that would prompt anything to happen, but if nothing happens, it goes away.
Perfect. Nick the Gun Guy, thank you so very much on the
Does that make sense
on
to
the
you?
Cash App. Yeah, I think it does.
Okay, so I don't want let's not.
So we just got to hold our breath to that one day.
Let's not poke the bear, so to speak.
Another month or so.
Yeah, let's just, maybe I should just take a vacation.
Nah. That would be the day that you take a month vacation.
No, I couldn't take.
You're
I
not
couldn't
wired
take,
that way.
I'm not wired to take more than 3 or 4 days.
No.
Elon Musk is now the richest person in the world because Tesla stock has rebounded since January.
Sure has.
Boy, does
Has it really though? Has it really?
Oh yeah.
That makes the mainstream media wild because they wanted him to fail terribly with Twitter.
Yes, and what they did with Tesla, a month or so ago, really shook up the car market too.
Really?
Well, they lowered all their cars like $5,000.
Yep.
Oh, really?
So it messed up the used car market, at least the used Tesla market.
So, I mean, Blitz, can you see Tesla? I mean, you probably know more, and maybe Jay knows more about this as well, since you guys are both car guys. But are Teslas, the one knock on Teslas? I'd love to have one. I mean, Blitz, like my life, if I could afford one, first of all. But my pickup truck's fine. But like I don't drive any long distances. The longest that I drive is 120 miles, which is to the track.
Okay. And
so I could certainly make it there on one charge.
Absolutely.
No matter how fast I was going, for the most part. And I have multiple 50 amp services at the track for RVs and things like that. So if I was to recharge, I'd recharge more quickly than when you do it 110.
Sure.
So I have a full charge back.
Yep.
But that being said, it seems like, are they always just going to be those models? Because, again, I'm not in the market for one, although I wish I could buy one. I had enough money. But, I mean, like, it seems like they all look the same, and there's no variations at all.
It's a good point. Even the series that they have kept such a similar shape that it's hard to differentiate the new ones from the old ones unless you're a Tesla guy.
Right.
Like with Porsches, one of my wife's problems she always had with 911s was it looks like the last one you had, unless you're a 911 guy. And then you understand that everyone's a little different.
Porsche's a little bit more of a established car company to have that little bit of,
but there's something to be said for having, a trueness to the form you have for each model, but there's something else when it is indistinguishable to the naked eye. And so if you looked at the first nice one and you put it next to the new one, the Plaid, they look completely different. But the mid-level, like SUV ones, all look the same to me.
Right.
I can't differentiate. And I want to be able to differentiate them, but I can't.
Now, Blitz, do they have any plans with regards to maybe changing body styles ever or anything like that?
Not that they've made public.
Yeah. So, they're just going to always look the same, right?
I mean, here's the thing is they don't need to.
People are buying them.
Yeah. So there's no need to.
So there's
why spend the money on R&D and all the other stuff that goes along with that,
right? Along with manufacturing and changing your molds and changing all your production because it's your
crash testing.
The right front
stuff.
fender is no longer the same as it used to be, so you have to have a whole new mold and a whole new art, right? All that.
I mean, it's multi millions of dollars to do that, and if people are buying what they have now, why would they change?
So maybe not even consider a change until sales reflect as such.
Yeah,
a big
I mean, you got to stay ahead of that, obviously, but
a big change would be the Cybertruck. If that thing actually ever hits,
well, I mean,
it's completely different. In
it's coming
all
out
angular, but I mean, when did they say it was going to come out originally? We're in 2023.
2023 is when they said it was going to come out.
So,
and what are they saying now, Blitz, that it potentially might come out? Next year, 4?
There's no real date.
I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like if he and I don't know, then there's no real date. You know what I mean? Between the two
but here's
of us,
the deal, man.
Enough car door
If the Cyber Semi, we can call it that, can't we? If the Cyber Semi does come out.
But that's not what Jay's talking about.
Oh.
Jay's talking about the Cybertruck.
I'm talking about the one that everyone could buy, the accessible, cool little angular
their pickup truck, Bubba, not the semi.
Oh, okay. That's bulletproof too, right?
It's supposed to have bulletproof glass. Remember, he threw that big ball bearing through the window.
Yeah, no,
broke 2 of them.
Right. Are they saying? I mean, just like Kevin.
Tesla says mass production is going to start in 2024. Now, Elon says they're going to be available at the end of 23. So.
Well,
into this year?
Yeah.
Because remember when everyone put $10 deposits down on it, he was so brilliant that people all over the world just put $10 down on, I've got one coming. That was pre-COVID.
What do they look like? Can you send me a picture
They're
of them?
cool.
Ugly as sin.
I mean, I hate it, but it's like in comparison
Don't they look
to
like
what
something
it is
that would be
now,
on Star Wars Stormtroopers?
They look like something that would be in a 1950s sci-fi movie.
A bad one at that?
Yeah.
Or if you and I drew a truck with a ruler.
Right.
This is what it would look like.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now where's
like when a 5-year-old draws a truck?
Where's the where's the tailgate part of it?
It opens up.
Yeah, it opens.
Yeah. Here it is.
There it was.
That looks dumb as absolute hell.
Yeah, and that's the one that everyone in the world is waiting for to be their first out of the box shape.
But you would think that Tesla, all the other cars they make pretty much kick ass. You would think they'd be able to come up with something a little bit better than that.
I mean, my issue with the way they look is they look too plain. All of their cars do.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Model S is the only one that looks kind of cool, but even that looks like it's got a lot of plain parts of it.
You're right. The newest one is a little bit wider and hippier and has a little more aggressive stance than the ones before.
The front of them look ugly
because they have no grill.
I know,
and it just looks like the cone of a spaceship. Or it's just ugly looking.
But again, why change? You don't have to.
Sure. And I think it's a great business model, and people are buying them. I see them all over town. But the thing is, they're very expensive. It's now considered to be the top level American car. It took over that prestige over Cadillac. Remember, it used to be a Cadillac.
Really?
Well, yeah, it was. And so the most prestigious American brand now is Tesla.
Really?
Yes. I think that happened a year ago.
I'd much rather have an Escalade. I mean, well, there's
100%.
Cadillacs. There's Cadillacs, and then there's Escalades. I mean,
and what would be the counter to the Plaid? Like CTSV or something like that.
Cadillacs make some badass.
CT5V,
which has the vet engine in it. They're ridiculous. I'd way rather have that.
Me too.
Me too.
Even though the Plaid is faster.
Yeah, but it's for 3 launches, and then it's not. Then it limps home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My take on the thing is, I joke it all the time because I can't stand that I'm driving around in it. I've got battery anxiety. I just don't like the car.
You're actually going to therapy. You're actually going to therapy over this.
I am.
Can I give a comment from chat?
Yes.
It's Dr. Dandiaco Esquire. Jay is a car racist.
Now I'm biased.
Is that from his brother?
That is from his brother.
Well, it's better than the other guy in chat. 10 Porsche J.
You hate your Taycan, don't you?
I do.
You hate, and I take it.
It's such a cool car.
It is such a cool car, and Jay just like would spit on it. He hates it.
No, I've had it for 3 years. It doesn't drive like an automobile. It drives like an electric automobile.
I love it. Jay, we love you, buddy.
Love you more.
We'll come back at.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Your Ozempic is here.
For real?
Dan sent a nurse over.
How about that?
I told him not to.
Well, she's here.
He wants the belt. He wants the belt
back.
Yeah. He wants the belt back. He might.
He did have a good pop on Jay there.
He might get it back.
She's in the green room.
She's in the green room?
Yes.
All right, I'll go see her.
Thanks for letting me finish. You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
operations manager and co-host Blitz K,
co-host and show historian Lummox,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
the BRN agent Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited. We must dissuade him of this delusion. Until next time, always remember.
I repeat hello.